Call this meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Patterson.
Here.
Mr. Richmond.
Here.
Mr. Cook.
Yep.
Ms. Hefner. Here. Mr. Engard.
Here.
Mr. Soltis.
Yes.
Here.
Beaupre. Here.
Thank you. Okay. Can I entertain? I would like to entertain a motion to approve the March 11th minutes.
Second.
Is there any discussion on the March 11th? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Richmond.
Yes.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Ms. Hefner. Yes. Mr. Engard.
Yes.
Mr. Soltis.
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre. Yes.
I would entertain a motion, or I would entertain, a motion to adopt the March 18th, 2025 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Ms. Hefner. Yes. Mr. Engard.
Yes.
Mr. Soltis.
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre. Yes. Mr. Richmond.
Yes.
I want to stop there just for a second. Does anybody remember, and I'm sorry I couldn't remember, we talked about the Palmer Energy in Committee of the Whole, and there was a presentation by Amy Hoffman. Does anybody remember what, I went through and tried to watch the videos and I couldn't remember what conclusion we came on this. She's asking what we want to do with it.
Wasn't that a gentleman that?
No?
No, she was talking about adding that to the primary.
No, that's something you guys have to do. Are we is this?
Oh, this is for the price.
This is for the
I'm
energy
sorry,
aggregate.
yeah.
Yep, you're all right.
When did she come?
No, you guys have to decide whether you guys want to put this
On the
on the
ballot.
ballot.
As an
Yes,
option.
as an aggregate. So,
When did she come, Mark?
it was the last committee of the whole.
It might have been when you were-
Not last week, but the committee. of the whole.
Within the last 30 days.
And we were supposed to talk about this at the committee of the whole, and I dropped the ball on it. So that's all right. We'll revisit it. I don't think we're in a hurry. So if nobody can remember, we'll revisit it at the committee of the whole so we can have a minute to talk on it. Will you, if you can, when you make the notes, will you please put that on the agenda for the committee of the whole?
Yep.
For the May meeting. I'm going to be MIA for a little while. Do you want, I can get you a piece of paper if you
No, I
want.
thought I had it in. I'm just gonna put it back there.
Oh, he's here! Well, we gotta get your chair. We wanted you. I'm sorry.
You've been kicked out.
Okay.
You can
Moving down a little bit.
Actually late for his last one.
That's all right. He's here.
Josh already took your seat.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Okay.
You want Palmer Energy on, when?
Yeah.
The
On
next committee of the whole?
Not the May's committee of the whole agenda. So I don't want to lose sight of that.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you. Just wasn't sure. Moving on, I want to read something that then we'll move on to. I got a letter from Stephanie Miller concerning our position on planting trees in the boulevard or not. Dear Village Council members, I'm writing out of great concern about the proposed tree ordinance drafted to replace North Baltimore's current laws, thanks to a concerned citizen who is Mr. Cynical. They both reached out to us. The village may be spared a decision that could have a legacy of negative effects on the health, safety, and welfare of North Baltimore's residents, business, and visitors. Thank you for your time and attention to read this. We'll start by noting that I wish I could attend Tuesday's council meeting to speak with you directly and answer questions. I already have a commitment, and Administrator Bender allowed me to write this letter to strongly encourage you not to adopt the proposed tree ordinance. First, let's start by discussing the historical context for my recommendation. The tree law was developed during the post-Civil War sanitation reform strictly for a place to plant trees. It is very well documented that civic leaders at the time knew that tree-lined streets would make their citizens healthier and shielding them from weather and cleaning particulates from the air. They also recognized that it attracted commerce and access to communities and improved the economic health of businesses and its residents. The development of the tree law was adopted by communities across the United States, North Baltimore included, along with the tree commission system. Since that time, repeated studies have proven that trees and tree-lined streets do all these things, and much more, including reducing crime and domestic violence, attracting customers to local businesses where they stay longer and spend more money, reducing mental health issues, reducing vehicle accidents, extending pavement life, and making communities more available, more walkable, which improves resident health. Children do better in school, have fewer ADD, ADHD issues, are better adjusted and experience gratification delay. Tree-lined streets result in neighbors feeling better, adjusted, and part of the community. In my current position, I started working with North Baltimore in 2002 when Administrator Sauer requested assistance with the village trees at the recommendation of AEP's utility forester. North Baltimore's trees have been topped, abused, neglected, and were in bad shape. Many were silver maples and common street tree in the Midwest. We started with what we call the hazard tree inventory, now called the tree risk assessment. To begin getting a handle on the trees of concern, trees in fine and good condition stayed. Trees in poor or high-risk conditions were either removed or pruned to mitigate the risk. The results were almost instantly successful, resulting in significantly less storm damage. Administrator Sauer even called me excited that with a single storm event, they had significantly less tree failure because of the risk mitigation work the village had done in just a few months. I have since worked with the Tree Commission along with former Mayor Goldner and Administrators Detling and Healy to address problem trees and develop a street tree planting design. There were bumps in the road, including some village staff's combative behavior toward trees and even cutting some down that were unwarranted. It was obvious that there were considerable misconceptions about street trees and little to no value with them as critical public infrastructure. I was very concerned about this because it was some of the most unwarranted, uninformed prejudice against street trees I have encountered in my entire career. The commission was making headway but stalled when COVID hit. I was looking forward to assisting with moving forward with the village's urban forestry program. I was even more concerned when I requested corrections to North Baltimore's 2022 Tree City USA recognition application that was completely ignored. As a result, the village lost your long-time recognition as a Tree City USA community. Until now, this is the first I have heard anything from the village. It is clear that my concerns weren't warranted. The bottom line is that the clause attempting to justify planting no trees in the tree lawn, whereas tree planting in boulevard tree areas has contributed to infrastructure damage, obstructed visibility, and increased maintenance costs, and is misleading and appears to be based on bias, not municipal best management practices. North Baltimore residents inherently and unplanned, unmanaged street tree population planted well prior to today's management standards. Trees weren't planted with other infrastructures in mind, including utilities and intersections. The damage from topping has been problematic, but topping on public trees is now outlawed in North Baltimore's tree ordinance. It's like adopting an older beaten dog that was never trained and wandering while they defecated in the house. Tear up the furniture and bite. In addition, the older trees are almost all the same species that are all aging out at the same time. I suspect that someone's experience with the older unmanaged trees had jaded them. Throwing the baby out with the baby water is rarely a responsible management decision for anything. Yeah. There are options, and I encourage you to start by not passing this ordinance. No, you just go ahead and just insult everybody. Or at least waiting until we can have a quality, meaningful conversation. Communities, including North Baltimore, the tools to make good decisions today about street trees. Communities across the country have been challenged with all types of aging, unmanaged infrastructure, yet they continue to value their street tree infrastructure and make better decisions with the information we have today. They also recognize that trees don't break sewer and water lines, and that the young trees require training for good architecture into maturity. Even with the challenges in North Baltimore, the Tree Commission administrators and mayor were making progress. It took generations to create the problem. They were corrected. So The fix was going to take a while to fully correct, but progress was slowly being made so your residents and visitors will reap the benefits of this infrastructure. Reduce management costs, increase your tree asset values, and have virtually no infrastructure damage. I contend that with quality assistance and the political will to move forward, that North Baltimore will be able to make a quicker progress. As one of the only programs in the country that provides free professional urban forestry assistance to communities, we will work with the village to identify management needs and how to proceed with what's already begun. You just need to ask. Thank you very much for your time and understanding. I feel it would have been irresponsible for me not to address this issue when brought to my attention. I hope we can begin with the conversation and go from there. I will be available late Monday afternoon and early Tuesday afternoon if anyone would like to schedule a phone or video call to discuss this or any other urban forestry questions. I'm in the field a lot. So email is the best way to catch me quickly. Have a nice weekend. Respectfully, Stephanie L. Miller. We'll move on to public participation, and I believe Mark Sinical wants to speak on this very issue. You got the floor, Mark.
Well, there's not a whole lot I have to say after hearing what you just read. I mean, a lot of our back and forth emails, she shared some of the information that she put in the memo to you. And I'm one of the first people that have had a big tree cut down in front of my house. And I mean, since you're going to adopt this new ordinance, you're not going to replace that tree.
Yes, we are going to replace that tree.
Not near where it was.
No, sir, we're not.
You can't,
Why?
because they're destructive.
So we just had, so one of the
There's
first
trees
It's-
that
he's
you
got the floor.
can plant that aren't destructive because of their root system.
So with that being
And
said,
you can put in root barriers when you plant a tree. I mean, the tree that you cut down was like that. The sidewalk's in good shape there.
have you looked at the rest of the village?
Yeah.
And those trees,
And nothing's changed in the last 35 years.
Well, it's about
We
to.
have not done a good job with our sidewalk infrastructure.
That's about to change.
We had a good program going under Ken Sowers with the tree topping. She referred to that in her memo, so obviously she was working with Ken, and we were doing something to minimize tree damage in our village. And I just believe our village is making a big mistake with the aesthetics. You know, everyone likes a tree-lined village.
No, not everybody does, Mark.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
think I speak for a lot of people that do.
Did you go-
Until you have a tree cut down in front of your house and you miss that because you got the sun shining down on your house, you know.
Mr. Cynical, we will plant that right back in your front yard if that's where you would like it.
I don't want it
Why do
right
you
in
not
my
want it in your front yard?
Because it will only fit
Just-
in aesthetically between the sidewalk and the street.
Because it would destroy your foundation. You told me that.
You're not paying attention
I'm
to
sorry.
anything that Stephanie Miller had to say in her letter then. I would challenge you to
Okay.
put off on this ordinance until she has a chance to come and meet with council. I mean,
I got something to say after this, and then we'll open it up for everybody. We're right, Mr. Cynical. Please continue.
there's all kinds of trees you can plant that are very sidewalk and street friendly. I've got a list of them right
We got
here.
all the list of the trees from, and you know the ones that they planted recently in the boulevards, a lot of them's already growing up into the power lines. Drive down 3rd Street, my road.
Are they the
You'll
right
see it.
trees with the right?
It's the
root
last
systems?
administration that planted them, Mr. Cynical.
Who?
It was the last administration that planted them.
Okay, I can't help that. I wasn't involved.
I understand, but that's the same, they were telling us, I was on council, they was telling us the exact same thing. We will plant trees where they will not go down and destroy the...
Well, you've
and now
got a
they're-
program that trees are required to be planted by permit.
Yes, sir, we will plant them. We are gonna plant these
By
trees.
permit. So how did trees get misplanted? It says right there in the village code, right?
Zoning
Zoning.
application.
Probably
Yeah.
if somebody wants to plant one in the boulevard,
You have to fill out a permit just like you were gonna put an addition onto your house.
the village don't have to.
No, that I do.
Yes, sir. And it's illegal for you to plant as a resident anything in the boulevard or to do anything in the boulevard.
Right.
By our codes. You
Right.
cannot plant anything
Right.
or even do any work in the boulevard.
But I'm
That
here
is
to
our boulevard
disagree
for
with the
utilities.
ordinance that you're gonna vote on, and that's, I don't think you should discontinue planting trees between the sidewalk and the street. And I think that Stephanie Miller supports my position. She wrote that letter, and I really appreciate that. I was surprised at all the information she put in there, and I think you should strongly consider what she did put in there. And I don't know that all of our residents are even aware of this, because we're always behind on publishing the meeting minutes for the council meetings.
Well, it usually doesn't take too long for it to get out on Facebook, Mark.
Huh?
It usually doesn't take very long for it to get out on Facebook.
I never see it on Facebook. I have to go to the village council and watch for it to be posted under the council meeting minutes.
Where would you like them posted?
No,
Sorry.
okay, you're always behind. You're gonna vote on it tonight, and the meeting number 2 hasn't even been posted yet, right? The reading for number 2?
Talking about the minutes?
Yeah. The
Maybe.
number 2,
They
the
weren't.
number 2 reading for the tree ordinance
We are required.
hasn't even been posted on the website yet.
Did we post the agenda?
That's me. I try to post as quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
so the village isn't even aware of it.
We've got another reading on it.
Minutes can't be posted until
I
they're approved.
Have
understand,
to
but
be
you can
approved,
still
Mark.
communicate in other means. It doesn't have to be, I mean, you got newspapers, you got Facebook, it doesn't have to be the formal council minutes, but you can at least communicate, hey, here's what's going on, here's some things we're gonna be voting on. And if you don't get on there and read these ordinance under the council minutes, you're not gonna know what's going on. So I think we could do a better job communicating to the residents of the village what is going on, even putting a mailing in the, with the water bill. Everyone gets the bill, they'll read what's going on.
Do you
And I'm the
agree-
only one that's ever done that.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
appreciate that, and I express that
He's
appreciation
got the
to you.
Go ahead.
I just want to know this, do you agree with Stephanie Miller, all the statements she made in that letter?
I was pleasantly surprised that she was so strongly in support of my position.
But do you think the statements, one after another, of all those were accurate?
In that letter,
Yeah.
it's pretty strong. It's pretty
Does
strong.
planting trees cure ADD, prevent ADD?
Please?
Does planting trees prevent ADD?
Are we really on the topic we should be on?
Yes, we are.
Yes, it's in that letter we just read.
Well,
I'm a lifelong
That
liver,
caught
I
me
like
by
ADD.
surprise, but I would appreciate you inviting her up here to,
It's open.
To the
Mark,
next
she
meeting.
knows when the meetings are, they're open.
Well, she couldn't
She's
come
welcome.
because she
That's-
already had an
There's gonna be
engagement.
another meeting. Okay, so is that, did you
but
have
my
anything else?
understanding is you're gonna vote tonight. This is the final reading for that
Well, we
ordinance.
can push it off for another.
You know, if you could
Yeah, we
push
can
it off
table it.
for a
I
meeting
don't care
or
that she
two and
addresses us.
give her an invite.
One of the statements she made in there, I mean, I strongly disagree with.
But,
is-
I just wanna say, then, please, just, but I'm not
I
going to
can't
make
say
the.
I
Mark,
agree with
excuse me,
everything.
excuse me. I cannot say we are gonna put it off. That's up to this body. You've got the floor.
One of the statements she made in there, I strongly disagree with, and I think she would need to do some more research on, and that is that trees do not cause infrastructure problems, because they absolutely do.
I've got some, I'm gonna fill, when we're done, I'm gonna fill, when you're done. with-
And that is our primary
I'm not
concern.
an expert. I've just done a little bit of research because this ordinance, when I read it, upset me. And I tried to prepare myself for the meeting. I contacted the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. I was surprised to get a response, pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised to get an invitation from Mr. Bender and Mr. Patterson to come up here and meet and talk about it. So, I mean, all the right things were taking place, and it's unfortunate that the expert can't be here because I'm not an expert, I'm just expressing
But,
my
but,
opinion.
sir, our main concern is our infrastructure.
And safety.
Correct, and the thing is that we have to be good stewards of our money that you taxpayers have paid. And if we're gonna put trees in there that's going to destroy our infrastructure, we're gonna be spending more money down the road to replace those, and that's what we're trying to avoid. And that's why we're addressing this issue and saying the best way to address it is not to have trees in the boulevard. Yet we're going to offer the homeowner a tree to put in their yard somewhere. So it's not like we're taking away from the
That's right.
village as far as how many trees we have.
If the homeowner does not want it, it will get planted in the village. We are
Yeah.
required to do so, so we are gonna be planting trees. So, did you have anything
No,
else?
that's
Any other
just
council?
our concerns are the
Yes,
infrastructure.
because I got some things I wanna share with council that may not be aware of that's happened.
I just want to mention,
Please.
and I understand your concerns, but I don't think the letter is factually accurate in several places.
Right.
And I can tell you that our what my memory? The man who does all our streets and property. what's
Mr.
his-
Long.
Yeah.
Public.
I can tell you, he will come in here and he could just name off one after another where it's affected our infrastructure. So I think we have to at least be accurate on what actually happens. Clearly, if you just drive around, there's tons of sidewalks that trees are pushing out.
Thank you. Did you have,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
I worked for 16 years for a natural gas company, and we had a regular display of what tree roots do to gas lines. They don't even respect it. I could show you one. It grew right through the gas line. Okay? They are just tremendously destructive. And then there's foundations, there's sidewalks, there's streets. They are destructive, and her statement that they're not to infrastructure is just not true.
I agree with that. I work construction and I've seen quite the alternative. Please, Mr. Richmond.
So last time, Mark, when we talked about this, I believe a statement was made by yourself, and I did not hear that statement. But you were told that the trees would damage the infrastructure, and you said that that was a problem that was decades away.
Yes.
And let them deal with it.
Yes. Yes, you made that comment to me.
You made that comment
sir.
to the mayor, correct?
Mark did.
So, Mark, that's what we're doing now.
That's right.
Because someone in your same position, decades ago, said it's a decades away problem and let them deal with it. So now we're dealing with it.
That's right. Thank you.
So that's what we're doing.
Well put. And same
Well-
thing with our roads. Somebody said, please, go ahead. Continue.
Maintaining the trees, I don't think we've done a good job. Maintaining our sidewalks, we haven't done a job at all. In all my 36 years here, I've not seen sidewalk replacement taking place in this village. And now we're behind.
It's a
And-
homeowner responsibility. Mark.
And again, there are trees you can plant that do very minimal damage, if any, if you plant the right tree and you can put in barriers and things like that, that will.
Mark, can I ask this, Mark? And I
Okay.
appreciate what you're saying. What's the difference of planting, let's just talk about your home, please. What's the difference between you, because you're saying the aesthetics of Broadway, right? That's what we're talking about, the aesthetics of Broadway, driving down Broadway or any road. What's the difference of planting it in the boulevard or 8 feet to the north on your property? Or what's the difference? They're still gonna see it driving down Broadway. It's still gonna beautify the aesthetics.
No, it's not gonna beautify the aesthetics.
It won't?
It's not, no.
What's the difference between in the boulevard or,
The aesthetics.
On your property.
The aesthetics.
okay, so there we would disagree, because you're still seeing a beautiful tree.
Aesthetics was my main concern that got my attention when I heard about this ordinance.
But anybody, we will.
Not planting another tree nearby where the one that was taken down is not gonna help the aesthetics of my property.
It will be. We can plant it near, as close as we can to what they're hopefully gonna pass.
You planted 8 feet on the other side of the sidewalk and it's not
Why?
gonna have
Can
a
I ask-
positive
okay,
impact
can I ask
on the
why?
aesthetics.
Can I ask why? 'Cause it would to me.
Right here.
It would to me. So that's an opinion.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir, you sure can.
So, this tree that we're talking about was torn down on village property, okay? Say we do put the...
No, sir, that's on your property. You guys own that. You guys give us an easement. You guys own to the middle of the roadway. We have a right-of-way that is given to us so that we can put our utilities in there.
Okay. So, it is the village's responsibility to maintain those trees, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, so now we're taking a tree that was maintained by the village. We put it on our property by the village. Now we have to furnish the bill to maintain that tree.
Sure, put it where it's not going to be of damage. Get a tree. We've got a list of trees that you can. I think there's 4 shrubs if you don't want a big tree, and they're beautiful shrubs. Like you think of a shrub, they're decorative shrubs, and then we've got decorative trees that are going to grow. Like the one will only grow 30 feet, and it shows where the spread of the roots will go, and the other one I think will grow 40 feet, and they're both decorative. If the homeowner doesn't want that, we are going to plant down at the park a different decorative tree, 2 other ones, that's going to help us absorb water down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan. A tree's going to get planted. Just
Right.
where we plant it is what's in question. We cannot afford to continue to try to fix our infrastructure and then plant something that in the future is going to continue to destroy it. That's just like paving a road and then going back and fixing the water line. There's a reason why we do the water lines first. Guys, that just doesn't make sense to me. So,
Well, I will just add
Please.
one more,
Yeah.
and this is factual. This is done by the Ohio EPA. And of course, I think everyone here can agree that we have not done proper maintenance on any of our infrastructure here in town adequately in the past. And that's what you guys are trying to fix, right? But a properly maintained tree program and properly funded tree program has a positive ROI of at least $1.70 to $3.50 on your investment.
sure, so
yes.
put it anywhere you want on your property.
So why don't we get funding to have a properly maintained tree program?
We are,
Instead-
in my opinion,
yeah.
this is just my opinion, we are adopting a very good tree program, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because you guys are making it out like we're not replanting trees. We are replanting them. How come you guys don't want it on your property? I guess that's what I would ask.
I don't have that much space between my house and the sidewalk to plant a tree,
Why?
because the aesthetics would be terrible.
It's
You plant that tree that you just tore down next to the house, it's not gonna look right.
What's it going to do to a
A
sidewalk?
tree-lined street is what most of the village would appreciate.
And I appreciate that. So let me share with you guys a couple of things, and then we're going to have to move on.
I understand.
You guys will make that decision on what you guys want to do. And you're free to mark any time. As you know, I have a great deal of respect for you. I'm very offended from this letter about the things that were said in there. That's
I
between me
agree,
and
that's
Stephen.
pretty strong.
That's between me and Stephen, because there's a lot of things in there I would find unfounded, but I want to share it with you. These are facts, okay? When I came on as the mayor of the village of North Baltimore, I walked in and didn't really know how to use the phone, seeing that there was a message on there. I hit it, and there was a phone call from a lady that was begging me. Well, it was to the previous mayor that was unanswered. I returned the phone call, and she said, told me she has a tree that these branches that are in the boulevard they're planted in the boulevard, but it is over her driveway. And she's had to put in at least 2 insurance claims because and she's begging for 2 years to get this tree removed. Because she has to keep paying for her cars to get fixed. That was one. So I went down and talked to her and said, hey, you are paying an assessment for us to take care of this. And it was probably, I don't know how quick we got it done, but we got it down, and she was ecstatic. She does not want any trees. So we just had a storm. One second. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to make one other
Sure.
statement.
Sure, Mark.
When you and Mr. Bender and I met,
Yes.
I heard some frustration out of your mouth about you couldn't get the levy to pass, and you weren't gonna try again.
I can't. That wasn't frustration. I've said, what I said to the citizens, if you read that letter, was, I'm gonna make a
It's up to the
decision.
council,
No,
you're not gonna do it.
I can't. I gave the citizens Did you read the letter? I read the letter. If you guys don't pass this,
It's been a while.
I respect your decision as a village, and I will not bother you with it again. I will not ask for this again. If the legislative authority wants to ask for it, by all means. I don't run the legislative authority. If they want to put it on me to ask for a 0.5% again, that's up to them. That's not up to me. I will support the legislative authority. I will not lead the way on it. And if they deem it that they want it, I will support the legislative
I think
authority.
we need to keep trying.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, and I agree with your position, and I thank you for that. I want to share with you, gentleman down on Water Street, that way, we just had some tree damage that happened to his vehicle, down on East Water Street, not too long ago, calling up here matter in a wetland, we had to remove that tree. This week, drive down West Water Street, I think it's the 400 block, take a look to the right, tree fell, hit the ladies, and she called us about it last year, right? Asking, hey, just want to let you know, I've got some concerns about this tree. The tree in this last storm, it fell on her porch. A part of it went through the roof as her daughter was getting up to see what happened, went through the ceiling of her daughter's bedroom and hit her daughter. I went up and looked at it. We took pictures of it. So why don't we go ask her if she wants trees in the boulevard? Every one of her neighbors that I was down there talking to, as we was down there looking at it, agrees we need to get the trees out of the boulevard. There are places in public property where we can responsibly plant trees, and we do care about trees. We know how important trees are. I commit to you, we are going to plant trees. We're required to do so by our ordinance, and we do care about trees. Where we plant them, as Ms. Hefner has shared, is what we got to do strategically. So where you're saying we need to put a good plan together, I believe that is a good plan, in my opinion. So I think we're going to have a disagreement on what a good tree plan is, right? I believe a good tree plan is... Yes, sir. I believe a good tree plan is to effectively plant trees that are, and to make sure that they're not harming any houses, that they're not harming any infrastructure, and does not cause safety to the citizens of this community. I think you just wrote a letter that's going out to some of our residents, according to that, and I signed it. Well, I wrote it, then you fixed it, and then I signed it. But I just want to say this last thing. Go look at our sidewalks. Go look at our sidewalks. They're worse than our streets.
I walk the sidewalks all the time.
Yes, sir, Mark. And they're not. But you're healthy. What about those who aren't as healthy? What about those that they're unsafe for them to travel on? We have to fix that.
A lot of times I walk the street because of the sidewalks condition. But those sidewalks haven't changed in 36 years.
That's about to change, Mark, because of these people. That's about to change. So give us a minute, right? Most of us have been at it for 1 full year. Okay, 1 full year. Watch what this body does in the next 2.5 years. We are working very hard together to fix these things that have been neglected. And I assure you, and I'm a little frustrated that we didn't get that percent, because I know the vision of what would have happened if we got that 0.5%, guys. This town I can see the vision of what North Baltimore could be, right? Give us the tools to do it, and watch what happens. That's the only thing I would ask the citizens. Give us what we need to do our job, and watch what happens in this community. There will be no village up north or no city up north that would be compared to what we're going to be in the next 5 to 7 years. Give us what we need to do our job, and we're not going to plant things to continue to tear them up. We're not going to fix roads and then go back and tear them up to fix our water lines. We're going to do it properly. We're not going to go fix sidewalks and then plant trees so they can tear them up again. We will plant trees, but we will strategically plant trees where they're not going to tear up our infrastructure. Does anybody else have anything else?
I just want to say, we've put on the ballot the money that we need to fix some of these things, and it's been rejected how many times? Three times. So number one, the citizens have said 3 times no. Another thing is, far more important than the trees is the sidewalks and stuff. Once that's in place, it's amazing how nice it looks. So right now, the trees sort of hid how bad it looks, the sidewalks. Sure. But when you see a street that does it up nice, it's like, that does look nice. And I respect your views, but at the same time, I also know, because I've seen it, those trees, the idea they don't do damage to pipes and sidewalks, and even, I've seen places, even the street's been affected. That's just not true.
Right.
Just not true.
The safety of our citizens in a lot of different ways. Mark, Andrew, I'm sorry we gotta move on, but I wanna thank you guys so much, I mean it. Thank you for coming up, taking the time to address us on this issue, and they'll make a decision whether they table it or move forward with it tonight by the end of the meeting.
Well,
Thank you so much. We'll move on, does anybody else have anything? Moving on to letters of communications, anybody have any other than what we've addressed? Moving on to the administrative reports, finance officer, please. Mr.
Yeah,
Klaus.
I've sent out a couple emails. My finance officer's report was in the packet sent out to Becky. As you can see in the cover letter, we talked about it, committee of the whole. First thing was the new source of funding that we're looking to become part of. It's the Ohio Ambulance Supplemental Payment Program, ASPP. So I sent that out. Hopefully everybody received it. It was pretty lengthy, the email. The projected revenue from that was $21,265 for more than likely next year. I think I mentioned before that if you agree and allow me to enter into the contract, then we'll be on the waiting list. So that's where I'm at with that. We can circle back on that, or if you want to discuss that more now, it's
Yeah, I think, I would like to discuss it right now, what we're gonna do.
I've got a question on it.
Do we need, we're gonna need, do we have legislation already on this?
No, I mean, the contract, to enter into the contract's supplied by them. It's just a matter of
We could just sign the contract and enter
me,
into it?
with
That's what I
one
was-
of us three signing it.
Yeah, and, yeah, that's what I would suggest we do if this legislative body allows us to. This is a matter of time, like, this should have been taken care of a while ago, and it didn't, right? So Matt got a hold of it, we got to go on a list in order to start. This is, this is funding that we should have received this year, it's okay. We want to get on that list as quick as possible so we start receiving the 21,000 next year. Just for the record, our budget this year versus our revenues versus appropriation in that department without Eagleville, we had a $16,000 surplus, which is, thank God for that, right? I'm glad that we had a surplus and not a deficit, but $16,000 does not go very far. So this is, if we had this additional 21,000, plus some other things we're working on in that department, but I'll share with you here in just a little bit. I'm sorry for getting off, but this is very, very important money, that revenue that we could be receiving. So the sooner we get on this, the better. Jeff, would you suggest us to have legislation for the next meeting, or do you think it's all right with their language? Because they've got the agreement, that we might be able to just sign into an agreement with them?
What's the total amount of the contract?
I don't think there's any monetary on us, is there? Except, I don't think there is. We just sign up for it, and
It's just a program we sign up for. To be eligible is what the contract's for. It's an agreement rather than what they call a contract, but.
Yeah, I would probably do some legislation on it.
okay. Okay, so we'll draft that. We'll have a special meeting, because Josh, you're planning on having a special meeting anyhow, right?
Yes.
So let's make sure that we draft legislation for that, and we will pass that as an emergency at the next meeting. Is that okay, Matt?
Yeah.
Would that be okay with you? Becky, please, when did we say we wanted that special meeting?
Mid to late April, so to be determined.
Okay, so that'll be Palmer Energy and...
But you wanted Palmer Energy and...
Committee, oh, I'm sorry, yes.
You want a
This is
special meeting?
Or,
I need a copy of that.
You can have that.
We'll figure out a day
It'll
once
get
we
me.
go more with the project.
Because we got a lot of stuff coming up with our projects, so we will need a special meeting, guys.
Okay.
It's to the.
And we'll get to that. Okay, did you have anything?
You
answered.
Okay. Medicaid reimbursement, what it is.
All right, so we'll get legislation for that, and we'll address that at the special meeting later on this month.
In the email, I just attached that flyer for issue. I commonly call it issue 1. Now this May, it's going to be called issue 2. It's OPWC funds, more informative as far as North Baltimore. itself. North Baltimore received $320,000 for the East Broadway water main project through OPWC, and scheduled to receive $325,000 for the East Broadway reconstruction project. So I mean, it's a program, it's a tax obviously, but it's really beneficial to the village of North Baltimore.
So we are realizing some of those funds back, right, Matt? Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
I think it comes across clear that I would encourage to vote for it, but that's
Yes,
just
sir,
my
thank you.
personal and professional stance.
Perfect.
But that's, like I said, I was just passing that along for informative purposes. Moving on, I'm actually gonna move down to the electric rates next. I sent that out in an email, and then I printed a sheet off. Basically, I just took the 3 emails, put them into one, and I actually gotta find it here. So, just looking at renewing the rates for, see if Josh is here. So I got 3 companies on there. I got some terms. Want to see what your thoughts are and see if you got her there. IGS, like I said, you can see there the different terms. I don't know if you want me to read them off as far as 1224, 36, 4853, and then IGS, Aspen, and Progressive. I guess Progressive appears to be
0.05.
the most reasonable. I don't know about each term, I have to look into greater detail, but just looking to see, you know.
What are we currently paying, Matt?
0.0548, off the top of my head, but I'm
Yep.
confident that's what it is.
So Progressive would be the closest to that at this point, I'm sorry.
It looks like it.
Is there any, like, can we pull out of it if we find something lower? Is there something
No,
that-
once you're
Once you're in, you're locked
committed.
in for the,
Yeah, I mean, I think I I mentioned committee of the whole. I really think electric's gonna go up a fair amount, but.
Trump was just talking tonight about clean coal energy. It's gonna be huge now. How quick that comes into effect, I don't know.
But,
We just got a notice individually with this our household today or yesterday, that AEP is gonna go.
yeah, that's,
So, can we enter into like a 24-month agreement?
that's.
And then
That's all
take a
right.
look at it after that? Which one's the lease for 24?
It looks like Progressive is the least for that term.
Yeah.
So how would you guys like to proceed? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 1 year? Matt's looking for some direction on what to enter into.
Looks like it's less on 18.
18 months? It is.
It is, yeah.
Good catch.
I mean, then you can flip it, you know, the other way, and it's less on 30 than 18, so.
right, and less on 48. So,
But I agree with what you're saying, we're locked in for 48, and if they actually go down because of the energy that they're trying to create in America, the energy surplus, I don't know how quick that's gonna be, we're gonna be stuck at a rate that's, so you gotta roll the dice, what do you guys wanna do?
Personally, I like the 18, but that's just my.
The 18 months, locked in 18 months?
I like the 18 months too.
18 for Progressive.
Yeah.
So will you take care of that, Matt?
Sure.
Lock in Progressive for
Sure will.
18 months and see where we go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I guess I'm not really gonna get,
Should we have a motion on that? I think we should.
I think it'd be a good
I think we better have a
idea.
motion on that.
I make a motion that we choose Progressive Energy for 18 months at .06232.
There's a motion on the floor by Mr. Soltis, second by Mr. Ingard. Any other discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Hefner?
yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Boeckrey? Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I brought up investments at the committee of the whole. I don't have any additional information tonight, but I am gonna be sending out an email in the next few days. I just received it yesterday. It's pretty, I think it had a lot of good content to it, fairly lengthy, so it's just more like an update. Keep your eyes out for the email, get a chance to read up on it. So with the idea that we'll be talking more in depth into that, special meeting
Is that
for
where
the
you're
next
at?
regular meeting.
Is that, do you want it on the agenda for the next meeting, or would you like it on the 30 days from today?
If we have a
Is it
special
pressing?
meeting, I'd like it to be on the
Okay.
first meeting of action.
Okay, and did you say you would have a representative from Meter there if possible?
I'm gonna
or-
see if I can get our
So-
rep to come and give like his
Financial-
PowerPoint presentation, but
Matt's financial investment,
Investment fund.
yeah, what he would propose to us, or what he would suggest. I don't know how you want to put that in there, but Matt's gonna make a suggestion on what,
Got it.
not Klaus, our finance
Yep.
officer, is gonna make a suggestion on what we should do with our funds.
Okay.
Anything else on that, Matt?
not on that particular topic.
Okay.
That's kind of like the highlights on the cover page. The content behind that in the email from Becky, our regular packet is just, it's all our, what I'll call our regular financial information, cash summary by fund with the projections for the year, bank balance report. I don't really have anything like new on these, anything to point out. Just open to questions. Anybody have any questions on that?
Is there anything from a financial perspective that we should be concerned about that's not now but coming down the pike, like for 2026? Is there anything you've seen that we should be at least having some knowledge of?
Well, actually 2025 in reality, this afternoon I was working on a spreadsheet just to deal with the projects we got in the works. We got East Broadway, Water Street, we're looking at doing some stormwater, basically drainage, some improvements. So this is like I said, literally in the last few hours, so it gets really, and I'll share it with everybody, because it's just, when I say it's complex, it's like East Broadway, and they can correct me on some of these numbers, like the state's committed like 1.7 million, and then how much are we gonna be responsible for? So I'm actually breaking it out, like what funds we can use, but it's like, the bids have just come in the last week, so like we're starting to see what it's gonna cost, but we don't know everything yet. So it's just gonna help like spell it out some. So that's maybe more short term. Long term, if you wanna say what can we look out for, it's still the concern with Tejan, is because it's our main source of income tax and our main water user. Actually, DS Brown passed Tejan on income tax this past month, so that's, I would say, probably the first time ever. I don't really know. I can't validate that, but so that's good that they're. But to answer your question, even though you can't control it, you really got to keep an eye on it. But maybe you can control it to some degree if there's things you can do, which Josh is well aware, and to encourage businesses to stay and hopefully expand. But no, hopefully I answered your question.
Yep.
Without going too far.
Yep, no, that's good, because it leads us to, guys, it's a big plan that's falling into place slowly, and that's why we want to talk to you guys about the economic development specialist, exactly what he's talking about, exactly what Mr. Klaus talked about. Job retention, right, job creation, and, us getting out there and seeing our and grant writing is what we're going after, guys. So that is what Matt's talking about with the jobs and stuff that's going to help us. And the grants we're talking about isn't only for the village of North Baltimore. It's for our businesses in North Baltimore. There's grants out there that they may not know about. we might be able to help them with. So I think that was well said. Thank you very much. Anything else that you would like to report? Any questions for Matt? All right, thank you. We will move on to EMS report. The EMS report has been submitted. Is there any questions? Okay, I just want to share with you real quick. We met with the Eagleville District over the last year's services that we provided. There was a couple of concerns on double billing, right? Because we billed and they also contracted with Bloomdale and Bloomdale billed for some of them. We've got the documentation that we have billed them that shows that we transported them, we took care of them. So they're still having those conversations. Phil has done a very good job in representing us. Me, I was like, well, let's just move past this. And he's saying, no, Mayor, we did it. We want our money for it. I'm like, all right. So what we did, I hope it's okay with this body, but just so we didn't get with them up and starting, right? We want to always try to help our neighbors. We'll have a mutual aid agreement. But as far as the billing goes, we said if they had to, they can make 2 payments on it, right? Maybe one now and then one when they get up running and are a little bit more healthier towards the end of the year, or maybe even push it off to the beginning of the next year, hopefully, just to kind of try to help our neighbors. We don't want them to fail, because if they fail, if they're strong over there, it's going to benefit the whole area, because they'll help us, we'll help them, and it will be a blessing for everybody. So just wanted to share that with you. Any questions for our EMS? Okay, moving on. Fire chief report is submitted. He could not be here tonight. He does have a request, though. I don't know if we want to push it off, and we may want to, or we may not want to. So our chief found, he let us know that he was, when we was going through the budget process, he was looking for a new rescue vehicle, right, which they would put all of their equipment in. And they found one. It is a 2001 Fireliner Heavy Rescue. It only has 22,000 miles on it. I don't know how long this thing's going to be available. He can get it for $65,000. This thing, so I posed him some questions that if he couldn't make it, I might be able to share with you. So it's a 2001 Freightliner Heavy Rescue with 22,000 miles. It's an all-purpose, the purpose of this vehicle is to put their equipment in. They currently have equipment, but they put all their turnout gear in it. So it kind of, and maybe Timmy can help me if I misspeak. This truck, the chief is saying this would be such a valuable truck to us in our department. The cost is only $55,000, but there needs to be new lights put on it, and it's currently a red truck, so they have to wrap it, which is less expensive than painting it, in yellow to match our fleet. They would have to. Any additional costs? Yes, lights. So the total cost he would ask not to exceed $65,000, in which they have. I don't know if we'd have to do an appropriate, but they got it in their capital, I believe, or through a couple of the funds they have it. For a new one, it would be about, for a new one, he estimated, I think he looked it up, it would be $450,000 for a new one similar to this in the application. I said, do we have room in our department? He said, yes. We would get rid of our other one, right? And he said, Brian Roberts had interest in it for a new parts truck for him when they're out doing digs.
So that it is just a bread truck, really is what it is. It's a box bread truck where it contains our equipment. So yes, it would be really nice to have.
It is. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but please forgive me. But it's even better than that because it has a mobile cascade system on it. A cascade system is the one that we bought. We bought a cascade system over there, and what you do is it fills up. You turn this thing on, and I didn't know it until we just went over there. I didn't know what a cascade system was. I knew we bought one, but what it does is takes the air and turns it into breathable air. That's what a cascade system does. This one, they got one on the truck that can fill up, I don't remember how many bottles out there if they run out, right? And what they do is just fill up the bottles, and then they would send it back here and fill this one up. So now they would have, if it was a long battle with fire, they got a mobile cascade system. I think he said it would do 4. I'm not positive. So 4 bottles at a time, but it would fill up more than 4 air bottles. It would do. They got 4 stations, I think. I'm not positive.
Do you know?
But maybe just 1. I can't remember. So forgive me.
Do you know where the money will come?
He's got it in his. He's got it in his.
4903. It's 90.
There's 3 funds that he has. Matt, would you like to?
He stopped and, like, hey, I'm kind of looking at this truck, and I want to make sure of where the funds, how the funds look. So we went over it. I do send out by email to all the department heads, and I print just for their departments, basically monthly. So they have it, but yeah, it's good to stop in and talk about it though, which Hunker did. So.
And they do have the money. Please, Mr. Aguilar.
No, I
Does
just,
he want a motion tonight?
Yeah, if you guys agree with me.
I think it's a good idea, so I'll make the motion for whatever that was.
It's not to exceed $65,000.
Not to exceed 65, I don't remember the name of the vehicle.
Yeah, it is a 2001 Freightliner heavy rescue.
Yeah, I make a
rescue
motion
truck.
for that thing.
2001 Freightliner heavy rescue truck. There's a motion in a second. Mr. Ingard, did you have anything else you wanted to add because you are on the fire department?
no, it'd greatly be appreciated
And-
to upgrade this truck.
Clarify.
Yes.
I think I heard this, but
I think,
I got a bit of his stuff. We have the room for it. to put
yes,
this-
because the other one's gonna go. He's talking to Brian Roberts about the utility fund, either mine or whatever. But when you said a bread truck, Mr. Ingard, was you talking about the one you currently have? or-
Yeah, the
Yes.
one we currently
The
have
one
is
that we're
a-
buying, I'm sorry.
Is a bread truck and it's,
On steroids.
No.
currently have a bread truck.
We currently got it.
we could put bread in.
So Mr. Ingard saying this is a
Just wanna
big
mention,
step up
I
for our
personally
department.
like bread, but I just want to.
So there is a motion on the floor. Is there any other discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Oh,
Mr.
I just, one question, when would this be here if we get it?
He's as quick as soon as he can go get it, I guess. As soon as the funds they're available, as soon as he's got make a PO, and then he'll make arrangements somehow to go get it. Because this will allow him to lock it in so they don't sell it to somebody else. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes,
Mr. Cook?
Yep.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
as long as my dad's name gets put back on that truck.
That's right.
Why was there one that was taken off?
It's on the one that we currently have.
I will,
Yes.
somebody please remind me. If you think about sending me a text, then I will highly advise that. Thank you very much for that, legislative authority. Moving on, if there's,
I still have a question.
Yes.
Did we figure out why we have two assistant?
I'm
fire
sorry, I
chiefs?
forgot to ask him, so I apologize for that. I will.
Do you know the
Somebody
answer to
teach
that,
Conker
Tim?
how to write a report?
I do not.
Because we get the same report every meeting. We check vehicles, we check terminal gear,
I will-
and these are all the people.
I'll make sure he's in.
Because we don't know what maintenance is being done to what trucks,
I will-
what's being.
I will strongly request him to be at one of the next meetings, whether it's the next special meeting or the committee of the whole or the next council meeting.
Yeah,
one of
just a
the three.
little bit more information.
Yep, I got you. Okay, thank you. So I think he can answer those questions better than I could, and I do apologize. It slipped my mind to ask him. Please forgive me. Anything else? Moving on to the police chief, the report is submitted. He could not be here tonight. He usually tries to attend. He's not on vacation yet, but a lot of days this month, he's gonna be on vacation, so.
How's the progress on the upgrade of the office?
He was mudding today, so it's coming right along. One of the problems that we're trying to address though with that new bulletproof glass and the voice thing, you can really hear in and out.
It's too effective.
It's almost too, so, which is fine. Dave just said, well, we need to be careful what we're saying, right? But it's not soundproof glass, it's bulletproof glass. It's not soundproof. So,
Can I ask a question?
you can.
I appreciate the report, but one of the concerns, I think we just mentioned it for the other reports, I understand the calls, we went to this, went to this, but I'm kind of wondering sometimes, what is the result of these calls? Like, did we make arrests and things like that, Because I understand going to places and I understand the fire department doing things, but sometimes I would like a little more detail, like.
So I think some of the stuff is like in the middle of the court, so you can't share them. It's not public information until
Yeah.
it gets through the court system. And then, and I'm not saying this, I don't disagree with, I don't think that we kind of follow up, right? Like, the courts don't call us and say, you know, hey, this person did this, 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 and this. You know what I mean? So it's-
I understand.
Am I
but-
missing something,
but-
Mr.
Well,
Schultz? I'm sorry.
I kind of wondered, I understand monthly. I understand because it's a process.
Yeah.
But I kind of wondered if, you know, maybe by the end of the year, we find out what was accomplished. Because it's one thing to go to a site, but another one, did we get convictions for people that have broken the laws? And we really never know unless you just read the newspaper every day, but.
Yes, sir, but I'm asking, so are you saying, and I'm not saying this to be funny or to be insulting, and I'm not, don't think, how are we supposed to find that out other than, like, the courts don't prosecute, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Dennis, like, the court doesn't prosecute and then reach back in every case and tell the chief at the police department in the village of North Baltimore, hey, by the way, this happened, this happened, this happened, we gotta read it in the blog, just like anybody else, I think. Am I correct in saying that?
Typically, once it's referred to the prosecutor.
It's out of our hands.
It's out, okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize they don't
Yeah,
even
and I
inform
think
them.
that's just,
No,
the police department focused on enforcing the law, not
Yes.
monitoring the legal end of it,
It-
typically.
Yes, sir, and that's exactly right. So Dave makes it clear to all of his guys to act professional, and when somebody is arguing with them about them with the stop, he says, we cannot hold court on the side of the road, nor will we. So, you know, you can contest this in court, meaning exactly what Mr. Dennis just said, is we're just trying to enforce the law. They prosecute or, I guess, in my ignorance, exonerate or.
Okay, that answers my
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I mean.
Something very basic, just like 42 arrests, 17 traffic tickets are written.
Well,
Something like that, maybe.
Right.
I guess for me, I worked with youth for a lot of years, and I'm a little concerned, you know, that, you know, are certain crimes, you know, I'm more concerned about. Certain ones
Yes.
are more concerning.
Sure.
And they're not coming back. You know, they're not coming back to our town. If we've arrested someone like this, are they coming back, you know, because there was some technicality of that? I guess that's because, and now granted, when I lived in Youngstown, that was that had the highest per murder rate for 2 years I was there in the country. But I remember so many times people would just come back and you didn't even know that they were brought back to
Right,
the community.
right.
And that's just bad.
But I don't think that we get, unless they're a sex offender, I don't think that we get notified,
Mhm.
right? That's, I mean, until we see them, right? And then they're still innocent, right, until they do something wrong. And that's just the system that we belong to, and I thank God that we do. Because hopefully they change if they're not productive in society.
I suppose, I guess all I'm asking for is just a little more detail, like she just mentioned, if there's actual arrests that doesn't, we don't necessarily, I think, have to put who it is right now.
Sure.
But we
So the
may-
result was, if we have a theft, maybe, 2 was apprehended, 1 is still,
Yeah,
I mean, would that embarrass us, though?
I personally, as a council member, I'd like to know that our police are making arrests. Because you never know, did we actually do, okay, you went to a house, but were you successful? Did we find what happened? Because right now, just going to a house doesn't tell me that our community's safer, but.
So I think that we need to, so now I wish I would have.
And I don't expect this, I think you need to talk about it and work
No,
on the process.
I would rather you pose these questions to Dave. The reason why, because he could either say, yes, I'd be glad to get that information, or here's why we don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Or we
You
have a
know,
database with all the
yeah.
information on it we can access real quick.
Yeah, because I do know that when you were dealing with this, it's very sensitive. Like, guys, this is governed by law, right? Like, what information can go out and what, it's governed where, you can't, it's highly, highly sensitive. Now, I don't know to what degree Dave would be able to answer that, so if you would ask that to him at the next time.
Yeah, I could do that.
Next meeting, please.
I just, sometimes people ask, how are we doing on this stuff? And I'm like, well, I know they went there, but I don't know if anything was done there.
Right.
So basically, that's just something that's come up.
Usually, the only time that I find out is when I get a complaint, I'll go over there and investigate, and they'll tell me, yes, this is the outcome. So, all right, so maybe at the next meeting that he's there, you can Okay, is there anything else for our police chief? All right, moving on, utility director, there's no report. Is there any questions for our utility director or Mr. Soltis? Okay, moving on to Departments of Public Works Superintendent, no report is due this meeting. Is there any questions for our Public Works? Moving on, village administrator.
Yes. Okay, the Water Street Bridge construction bid letting occurred today, Tuesday, April 8th at 10 a.m. We had 5 people come and bid for it. Vernon Nagel is the apparent low bid. We're going through that process now with them. The administration inspection deadline is Monday, April 14th at 4 p.m. We are expecting at least 2 to bid on that. East Broadway project, construction bid opening was Tuesday, April 2nd at 10 a.m. We received 3 bids. We reviewed, or we're currently reviewing the apparent low bidder with ODOT and going forward with that. That company was Hohenbrink, yes.
Hohenbrink excavating out of Finley.
Yes.
On my map.
Yes, construction administration and inspection. The selection deadline was March 31st at 4 p.m. We reviewed the proposal as we evaluated it. We reached out to them for a fee. Our email's been down all day, so I'm not sure if we received said fee. Along with, I probably have better answers for you for a lot of this, but again, email's been down, so.
All day, so just,
All day.
can I jump in just for a
Go
second? Just for the record, just for, if you guys, if the media would be good enough to do so, both these projects are gonna go at the same time. We apologize, but if it didn't, we was gonna lose funding. I wanna because it's gonna be a challenge, but, you know, let's bite the bullet. We're gonna get beat up for a while. Once it's done, it's gonna open all the arteries back up, so it's gonna be a little bit of labor pains for 3 months, and then, or 4 months, and then get them done. I just wanna reiterate that. Go ahead, please, continue.
Yes, so, we'll move forward.
Well, on that topic, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Because of the alternative routes that have to be used, if we...
The Broadway's still gonna be open, it's just gonna be, they're gonna direct one track, one lane's gonna be open on Broadway, so whichever lane they are not working on will be open, and their maintenance of track. Yep, there is, so whichever lane is closed, it's gonna be rerouted, and Structure Point is taking care of our MOT, which is the maintenance of traffic, that plan.
Good, that answers the question.
Yeah, it's still gonna be difficult though, just for the record.
Can we talk about the stormwater projects?
I think Matt talked about that a little bit, didn't he? Well,
Didn't give a number.
yeah, we definitely need to talk about that
Okay.
whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll do it right now. So we reached out to a few firms and regarding basically an RFP for stormwater projects. One being the park and the other being the reservoir area. Both flooded. We want to obviously clean up the park too a lot because we can't really do much there until we clean up a lot of that standing water. For example, we want to eventually fix up the park equipment there on the west side there, and also maybe put in some walkways down the road around the pond, make it look nice. But we can't really do that and let the standing water. So we reached out, and the lowest bidder was.
I'll jump in just for a second because I think it's got. It's also going to take care of the ponding on the corner of High Street and Tar Street for the development down there. Just so you know, we met with Mr. Damon. It's a major concern of his, and the pond is down there really bad. If anybody knows, you drive down there in the winter or in the summer when we got a storm, it goes right across the road. We're going to try to alleviate that, please.
And the other one was, again, the reservoir, which is Sierra 18. A lot of ponding there when it rains heavily, and also it would help alleviate if the reservoir were to break. Unlikely so,
No,
but
right.
still.
That reservoir breaks, that catch
There's a lot
basin ain't gonna
easier
help. I'm sorry.
Sewer overfill or something, I don't know, but very doubtful, but still a chance, so we help with the.
There's two storm projects there. Brian's been trying to get the one taken care of. If you go by the number 1 res, there's a catch basin down there, and when it rains, what it is, I believe they found that it was a bigger, I think, I'm not positive, please forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a bigger pipe going into a smaller pipe, so it's choking it off until it can get there. So if it's a heavy rain, it ponds in there real bad, so we're gonna get that alleviated. We believe we can use, it's highway, it's flooding the highway, so we're confident we can use highway funds. We got some highway funds that we receive every year, so we're gonna use some funds for that, but this is just for engineering, guys. This isn't for the project yet. The project's gotta get engineered. So this is actually hitting 3 spots, right? So there, the corner of, and then to alleviate hopefully some of the ponding in our parks.
Engineering and design.
Please, I'm sorry.
So, yesterday I signed an agreement with Colliers, who had the lowest bid and I think the best bid, in our opinion, for approximately $48,000 going forward. So that will begin shortly. Again, I sent that on Monday and was not able to access my email Monday evening, so I'm not sure what happened with their response there. So I'm assuming they're happy, but we'll go from there. So basically, we're going to go forward with them on that, and then look for more grants for inspection, and then obviously the construction itself.
The money is available. The money is there. We have money in our storm drainage. As we said, we can use that money. And Brian's also looking into possibly using some sanitary funds, because now we're checking into it with the auditors to see if it's, so with utilities, you got to be careful, because you can't, wastewater cannot help anything but wastewater, water cannot help anything but water. But what we're trying to see if the auditor would look past the fact that, and not maybe look past, but the storm system that we currently have was the old sanitary sewer, right? So when it got combined, when it got separated, right, it was combined. So it was our storm and our sanitary sewer was combined. So the sanitary sewer got all brand new, but the sanitary funds that was helping to fix that system all went over here and left this dilapidated system over here. So we're seeing that since that was, so going forward, any new storm drainage, we can't, because it had nothing to do with the sanitary, so which would be like the park drainage that we were just talking. It's all brand new, there's nothing there. But sanitary, on Broadway, right, on Broadway, we might be able to use some of those funds to help that project. We're gonna get an answer on that. If we can, Brian said that he would like to use some of those funds to do so. If we can't, well, we're just trying to think outside the box so we can get some money to help with our storm water a little bit without hitting his budget too much. So please continue. I just want to check.
Yes, but again, this whole process began because the hazard mitigation grant came around at the end of the year, and they wanted engineering already done to submit
for grants.
For the grant itself, the pre-app and all that. We were like, well, we have these projects we just quickly put together, but we couldn't get past the pre-app because we didn't have the engineering actually done. So that's how this all started, and I think we have 2 great projects that will help a lot in the future for Sierra 18 and also the park, and I think we can go pretty good.
So does anybody have any questions about that? We pushed forward on that one, but it's within his spending limitation, and he's allowed to enter into those agreements, but we always want to let you guys, make you guys aware of what's going on, so. Please carry on.
The Personnel Policy and Procedural Manual, expect Section 3 to be ready for first reading in May. It's a very long section, so I don't have it ready. Then I haven't had the meetings yet with all the department heads, because I have been going over like incentive pay and all that with each individual department head, along with many other things I have to read up on and check over our revised code, because we did a lot of copy and pasting in there. I want to make sure it's still up to date. Plus, obviously, employment is extremely important and very complicated at the same time. So bear with me, but I'm trying to get it done before, again, our May meeting. You will see Section 2, first reading, later today. For resolutions on the agenda. Community Garden, we are tentatively scheduled for the assembly event on Saturday, April 19th, and the kickoff event on Saturday, May 24th. CSX.
If we can, just, if there's anybody available that can help for that project on the 19th, please come down and use a couple extra hands. I got a couple of us that are gonna jump in and help out just to build the beds for them. So I got me and anybody that's got any, kind of, I don't, but I got people that do. Anybody that has
Tim
any
has-
building skills,
Tim is really
please,
good.
Mr. Richmond or
Tim's
Mr.
good.
But if you guys.
I just build houses. I
If anybody has a free couple hours on Saturday the 19th, if they can donate a little bit of time, we would
Sue, please be
appreciate
there.
it.
Do you know what time that is?
Be there, please.
No, but I will reach out and let everybody know. I don't think they
Both?
set
No.
the time yet.
Definitely the kickoff
So
event.
I'll have to reach out to
Definitely the kickoff
Spa.
event, but if you want, both events should be great. Take a few photos.
And then we're gonna
Make
have
us all look good.
a ribbon
Make
cutting
a
or
good
something
set.
like that on the 24th. So
That's
if
right.
anybody's available on the 19th, we will reach out and get a date or a time.
And we need to come with certain tools, I mean.
No, I think we pretty much got them.
Okay.
I think we got enough tools. Chad Brett's is gonna try to get there. If he don't have to work, he's gonna bring his work truck. So he's got a bunch of tools. I got drills and we're good. Did you have something, Mr.
Yeah,
Brown?
this backs up to the new truck, like we did with the fire truck. We'll want a photo of that too, when that arrives.
When what arrives?
The new truck,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the fire, okay.
you know, of course, after the wrap.
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
The ED specialist will be having charge of social media eventually, our marketing, so
We are ready.
they'll be helping, like, give us good PR and make it look good.
Okay.
Okay, best you.
I had one question, there's one question on the garden. We know when it's starting, but when does that finish this year? Is there like at the end, okay, we're done with this garden at this time of the year? Is that?
We'll talk about that. Safa will be there. Safa's kind of hidden this thing up. It's a Wood County thing, and I'm sure she'll have more details. I think they're bringing in a nice shed, they're providing all the tools to maintain this thing. It's gonna kind of belong to the garden club, I think is
Pretty
what they're, no, that's what she led us to believe.
Okay.
Safa did.
They're taking care of all the,
Yeah, so, well, we'll, that's all right. We'll just wait and see on the 14th of how this thing shakes out. But
are you in the garden club?
Do we want 4-H
No.
there on the 19th?
Okay.
No, but I'm on the Grow to Go committee
Gotcha.
for extension, not
We do
through
support.
the special.
So I'm wrong in saying that it's not gonna kind of be, because it's not gonna belong to, I mean.
Well, like owned by? I don't
No,
know.
no,
Like-
no. They're gonna be,
Okay.
they've agreed,
Plant
according to,
tenders.
I'm sorry,
Like
Plant-
they're going to
Plant
be.
tender?
maintaining it and taking care of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The North Baltimore Garden Club is gonna be the one who she said was committed to taking care of this thing. We was gonna build it, they was gonna take care of it and maintain it. The shed and all the tools and everything that goes in it belongs to the Village of North Baltimore. They are buying everything down there and it all, through a grant, it's all gonna belong to us. They just need people to help build it, and then they said the garden club will maintain it. It'll be a nice addition to the park. We have to remove a couple of trees down at the park. I think we've already showed you guys because of it will, where they wanted to put it, it will block the sunlight, so
Who's in charge of the garden club?
I don't know.
Isn't it Cotterman?
I think Miss
Ziegler?
I don't-
Tracy.
Is that,
Tracy's a member, Kathy Cheney.
I think Kathy Cheney and.
Kathy Cheney's been representing
Trina.
the garden club, and Trina Hagemeyer on the committee.
Do they have regular meetings, or is this kind
Yeah.
of?
I'm quite certain we'll find out on the,
We're gonna get more involved, I
19.
think, with the garden club. a
The
little bit.
plant swap that the garden club does is the 3rd,
That sounds right.
May 3rd, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And
Safali and I are going back and forth on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
okay.
That April 19th is kind of a weird date though. 'Cause that's the day between Good Friday and Easter.
Well, praise the Lord, let's move on.
Praise him for some good vegetables. Okay, CSX mowing agreement. I did the bid opening. One bid was received from Pine Line. I have contacted CSX with the proposed cost from them, plus administrative expenses, plus the cost for advertising. I'm waiting on a response. That was as of April 3rd. I didn't get a response yesterday, but yet again, you could have responded today. I don't know. CSX lease responded over the weekend, basically, with council's decision. Still waiting on a response from them about us declining their lease offer, basically. I also reached out to the Drug Rehab Center and Marathon, and they both said they don't really want to take over any of the leases. Marathon was already moving over their trash can anyways, so they don't.
I asked Josh to draft a letter back to CSX in a manner, and he did a very good job. He could share it with you, I'm sure, if you guys requested that, made it, that said, you know, if you guys come back and reconsider at the lower rates and allow us to do that, we might reconsider, but we appreciate, you know, you guys even thinking about us and giving us the opportunity. So, you know, he wrote him a nice letter that should make all of us proud, but doesn't burn any bridges, I guess is what it is.
If you request it, I can't get it to you today.
So the ball's in their court, and at this point, we don't want it.
Yes, the village.
According to this.
Village phones, the VoIP transition, the phones were deployed on Wednesday, gradually. They were here pretty much
Right here,
Friday, Wednesday,
Mr.
Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Those are new phones, yes.
They're
Thank you,
amazing.
Vera. Please.
Oh my gosh, you can do so much wrong.
The porting date was scheduled for Friday, April 4th, 8 to 12. Some issues occurred then, some are still occurring. We're working on a lot of the kinks. This was all kind of expected. Everything's fixable. We're making sure that we not only fix it all. Dispatch had issues, water and sewer had issues, but again, everything's fixable, and we're trying to mitigate as many of these problems as possible. The IT upgrades, following the VoIP transition, we will begin work on the server upgrades, the 365 implementation, and the cybersecurity awareness training. I'll be getting with Craig once we fix all of our issues now on the next steps, basically, going forward. But those are going to be going forward. Bulletproof last installation. Installation began on Monday, March 31st. They were doing pretty much just the painting and the trim yesterday and today. You can walk over there and check it out after this if you'd like. As the mayor said, the glass acoustic device in there is a little too good, so we're trying to muffle the sound somewhat. So bear with us on that. I'm not sure if the mayor made too much of a mess over there or not. Last time I checked, but it's bulletproof. We're happy.
For a short-term answer, have you looked into just a white noise machine to be placed in the lobby?
So they made a request, somebody made a request over there, maybe just put like a radio that would play their soft music out there or something?
Right.
Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah,
Something
but
like
the
that?
white noise is specifically made to make that so you can.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of counselors use them in their office, outside their office doors. They're small, and they're just called white noise machines.
Look into that, please.
Thank you. I just want to mention just a military thing. It stops the bullet, but the sound is a problem. But sometimes you just put another piece of glass, regular glass, thick glass up.
There you go.
And it does cut the noise down significantly.
Yeah.
So you got the sound gone, then the first glass stops the bullet. So
there's options. That's
yeah,
awesome.
there's options.
Yes. We knew there was options.
That actually works pretty good too. The white noise.
Well, maybe a combination of both. But the wall's been bulletproof. I got bulletproof glass, and so everything's over there. And they started money for that. It's hand painting, so they're doing a great job over there.
Yes, they are.
Thank you guys for supporting that project.
I have one question about that project, and I don't know, even when I had the committee, is there a camera on the outside of that door?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
and keep it, yeah, for the lobby. And keep, is that what you asked for the lobby?
So before they even get in the building, that person can see if there was a
I
danger
think there's
coming.
one, I don't know that there's one on the outside. I know there's one on the lobby.
I just personally think, I had a situation once where I'm slamming the door, and I would have liked to known
Well,
they were coming.
I want to, and that's a good idea for something in the future. Just keep in mind that this project's not done. We got to do something with that door. It's paper thin, and we would like the wall on the other side of the door. Maybe the wall on the door and the other side of the door is bulletproof. The inside of that, right? So that anybody that comes in there and shoots, it won't hit anybody in there. So we need a better door in the future.
Is that the inside door, the one?
The one that gets zapped in.
Yes.
They have to let you in. That door is paper thin, like you could kick it away.
And we're going to turn it around so you can't just kick it in because obviously it opens that way. So it's going to turn around. So if you kick it, be a little hard to get.
So-
Has a new door been ordered?
No,
No.
so that's what I'm saying, there's gonna be a project coming, I don't wanna belabor this, but
I
look
really
forward to
think,
that coming maybe next year, in next year's budget.
I really think you should have a camera outside though that sees the long-term coming.
I think there is a camera.
I've already talked to the tech about all that. So we have a camera in the lobby, obviously, we have one camera outside looking southbound.
Okay.
I'm trying to look, I already talked to the tech a little bit about this, get a camera looking northbound, also having a monitor with the live stream of both those cameras, maybe all three cameras, right by their desk also.
That's great.
It's possible, we just gotta get it all done. But again, they're pretty busy with everything else going on.
Yeah, as long as we're always moving forward, that's a big thing. You know.
Okay, last thing on my list here is the ED specialist position. I just would like to request council's approval of being advertised for this position. I know you've seen multiple variations of it. If you'd like me to change anything in it before we post, please let me know. If I need to tell Kylie to do it tomorrow.
I do wanna make mention, this is not in the budget for 2025 at this point. So it's gonna have to be reappropriated probably right directly out of, it would probably be go under a couple of different, you know, just like everybody else up here, but probably mostly this year out of the general fund, I would imagine, would you?
The hope is that their work with grants will pay for itself, basically.
Well,
But, I mean, that's pretty
I agree.
optimistic.
So-
But also, they would free up time for Matt, myself, Kylie, April, and other people too.
there's gonna be extensive training that goes with this to fulfill what
Yes.
it is that we want fulfilled, so, I mean, I really wanna, with every one of our employees, especially this one, I'm asking for you guys to trust the investment, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I hope that, Lord willing, it works out for the village for exactly what we talked about. Grant writing, which is huge, because we've seen what's out there. We just have to pay engineers to go get them for us. We're gonna try to create this, and then, job retention, job creation, that's the goal. So hopefully in the next 5 years, we're seeing return on that investment.
Do you need a motion on that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we give our administrator permission to
I'll second
advertise
it.
for the economic development,
It costs $20 an hour full-time benefits.
including that.
Second.
No, he did.
Who did? Dave?
Mr. Richard. Any other discussion on this? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Soltis?
Yep.
Ms. Boeckrey?
Yes.
I'm going to.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Thank you.
He's gonna stay.
Yeah, so, our code enforcement officer has had a change of heart, just so you know. I think it's a little overwhelming for him, but the other thing is, he's much rather committed to the EMS department. He doesn't want to get away from that. He didn't realize that it was gonna be so
Do we have any
overwhelming.
other applicants?
Not at this point, that's what we're asking. Can we get a motion to re-advertise for this?
I'll make that.
There's a motion to re-advertise for the code enforcement officer. It's gonna take a special person, guys.
Second.
Telling you, I see what's out there and I see what they have to go through. There's a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
What are you doing in the evening?
I would rather walk bridge beams. And I don't like walking bridge beams.
Is there any of those applicants, old applicants you could reach out?
I was gonna say, we're
We
going
might-
through the process of re-reviewing all those applications from before too.
I was curious about something else. This is a part-time position, correct?
It is.
Is there a community nearby that has something like this, that someone wants more work?
No, we've already reached out to somebody.
Okay.
Not that we know of, so we'll just re-advertise it and see. There's a motion on the floor. Any other discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Boeckrey?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yep.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes, please.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay.
I was hoping there was some pictures of town
Some,
Bill says he's retiring.
moving on to,
I'm glad I kicked.
clerk, anything this
I
evening?
heard of you, but-
All right, appointed legal counsel, Mr. Dennis.
Report, subject to questions.
Thank you so much for your service. This will be your last meeting with us.
I will be back in June.
You'll be back in June?
Mr. Scaff is not available for the June meeting, so I'll be back in June.
And you will.
Taking a month off.
Well, thank you very much. You'll continue to prosecute for our mayor's court. Am I to understand that?
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah.
We appreciate that. Thank you very much. And thank you for all that you've done for us up to this point, Mr. Dennis. It is greatly appreciated. Moving on, is there any questions for our legal counsel? Moving on to the mayor, okay, I just wanted to go over a couple of quick things. So we just had we do have a jet agreement with the township, and we are working to get that all in order. The mayor was the one that sat on that board before. I can't sit on that board. So I would highly suggest you guys make the decision on who sits on that board on behalf of the village. Matt, was that something that you wanted to do, or did you want to wait and see if they, I think there was something in the clause that they could not appoint you, though. Am I right in saying that? I thought there was something in the, that's why we said that we would have to appoint you and then,
Being a resident?
no, because you would be allowed to be appointed, but Matt would not have been able to under the clause. But if you're not interested in being there, I'm going to ask.
No, I didn't, my understanding was that either of us could be eligible for,
Maybe there was something.
I'd say either of us, Josh or I.
So Josh said that he would be our representative, and then later on the board, if they deem it necessary and it's within the bylaws, they said that they would like to have Matt because the finances of that goes through us, but.
I remember that discussion.
So, well, there's some things in the bylaws that we gotta check on, but at this point, I'd like to make a motion, I would ask for a motion to appoint our administrator, Josh Bender, as our JED board representative for the village of North Baltimore. Are you all right with that, Ray? Or too late?
How does that rail feel we're running?
He said he was all right with it, guys.
That's fine, that's fine.
He's playing hardball now. It won't work with this body. Vote when ready, please.
Is this? He can get an extra dessert that night.
So we're appointing
Mr. Bender is our village representative for the JED board.
Okay.
Being proud.
Mr. Richmond?
No. I just wanted to see everybody say yes.
You can't change your vote.
No,
It's official vote. That's all right. That's okay.
Do we need unanimous vote?
Please, guys.
Can we start all over?
No.
Okay, sorry.
How much, I remember that, Dave.
How much
Mr.
did you
Cook?
pay?
Yes, thank you.
Ms. Hefner?
Half a pyramid.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Salter?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Josh.
Thank you very much.
How much do you-
Josh, even if he doesn't like you, we do.
Just a reminder, if nobody is interested in the economic development,
I want to.
you're already on. If anybody else that has not, I think it's me, Mr. Engard, Mr. Bender, and Bill. If anybody else, please let us know by tomorrow, or we'll have to cut it off. Cut off the by tomorrow.
What's the date on that?
Oh, good lord.
17th.
It'll be April 17th.
It's a what?
April 17th, Thursday, April 17th. I know I have it in here. It's got to be on my.
Paul, did you go last year?
No.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's April,
Does it work for you?
Thursday, April 17th, 6
I think I have
Do you-
softball
do you
and
take a
baseball
bite?
game that night.
Or you gonna by yourself? No.
Yep, by yourself.
Oh, I wanna go.
You do want to go?
Yes.
All right.
As long as it's not with Tim,
Thank
it's
you.
good.
And we can all ride up together if you'd like.
We've done that.
Yeah, we could take the,
I'm neighbors with him. He's actually a pretty good guy, just so you know.
So that's 5
I was
people.
yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Richmond
Danielle
would like
is
to go.
gonna be there.
So there's 3 other spots, and if it's all right, if nobody else wants to go, we're gonna offer it to the ladies up here, or to Matt, if he would like to go. They can come over and represent.
If you haven't been to it, I think it's actually
It is.
worth going and
It's-
see,
yeah,
just
I
get
know.
a feel, the broader things that are going on in the what do we live in? Wood County.
We got,
Yeah.
yes, boy, oh boy, those drugs got you all.
But they do feel good.
All right, moving on, thank you very much. I will be asking for a quick executive session, it will not take long, for personal reasons. Palmer Energy's been done, we took care of the code enforcement arrest, I have nothing else. I've got everything except for the executive meeting at the end of this, please.
I have one thing.
Yes, please, yes.
At the beginning of the year, we had talked about having a community Christmas tree lighting instead of just like our ministerial
Yes.
thing. Obviously, the mayor would be a central part of that. So are you still wanting to do that?
Yeah, you guys are gonna have the tree available, right? You guys
We'll
got
have
the
the
lighting,
tree.
hopefully.
We'll get all that.
With council's blessing, we will have our bucket truck available at the time to help decorate it or whatever means necessary, and
And so if you.
I would love to.
We got plenty of time, but just look at your calendar and say, hey, this is, usually we do it like the last week of November.
Yep.
That's a month, yeah.
That should work for me. That's right when I get laid off, so it's usually I'm really freed up. Right?
Yeah, and I think it's important that you have a part in that service, whatever you want to call
Well,
it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so, because that'll draw people too, that it's not just a church thing anymore, it's
We should
community-wide.
announce and kick off our Light Up North Baltimore at that time too.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's fantastic.
Okay, so I'm gonna contact if you wouldn't mind asking, I'd like to contact the school, maybe see if we can get some of the choir or something, come out and do something, so.
Nice. Do some singing.
Would
for
you
us.
mind looking into that since
Yeah.
you
Beautiful.
contact?
Good, thank you. Yes,
Few people.
still
Yeah.
interested in that.
Right.
Anything else from me?
Extra lunch.
Okay, moving on. Economic and Community Development, Mr. Cook.
We did have a meeting on the economic development, or dinner for our business people.
For the village. North Baltimore Economic Development Dinner.
That's it.
We had it April 7th.
That plans are coming along well for that. Just as a side note, I don't know if they let you know this, Josh, but I was told today that in addition to buying the property for the road correction there at Love's, you know what I'm saying? For the,
Yeah.
The ingress, egress right there?
Yeah, with
that in addition to that, they bought the property behind it.
Yes,
Yes.
we know that.
I was aware of that.
Yep.
Then, any questions for me?
Yes, we're not, just want to make a comment. We locked in September 4th for the potential dinner for the Village of North Baltimore. If there's any concerns, please share that, because we're still working on details. Everything up to this point is tentative.
What's the official name of that dinner?
It would be the North Baltimore Economic Development Dinner, Economic and Community Development Dinner, North Baltimore Economic Development. I'll figure it out. By the time I get up and welcome everybody, I'll have it figured out.
Business appreciation dinner or something like that.
No, it's gotta be economic
It's got
development.
food at night, you'll wanna be there.
Aaron speaking, there's food, that's all I need to hear.
All right.
Okay, for sure.
Anything from Mr. Cook? Moving on, Public Works, Ms. Beaufry.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. There's just so much going on, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't forgetting something that needed to be shared. If there is, I'll reach out to you. Moving on, any questions for Ms. Beaufry? Moving on, Public Utilities, Mr. Soltis.
I just want to let the members of the committee, I'm going to get with Brian and have a meeting and sit down with him, with us, the three of us, and with him, and just see if there's anything we should know about or things you might want to mention. And then also too, I didn't get the detail, I had to be at the hospital today. But there was some water damage to someone's
Yep.
property.
I was just gonna share that.
It's been taken care of though, right?
They're working on it.
Okay, but
Yes.
we've done our part in it, right? You know, so far.
And more.
Yes, and more.
Okay.
And we've got to be careful in doing that, talking to our insurance today, on how we address these.
They said it's straight in ways.
Yeah, so they've counseled us on how to handle these going forward. For instance, we cannot tell somebody that we will take care of it. That's a violation of our policy, right? So we need to be careful. So we met with our department heads today and let them know, hey, this is, and it was all good information that we shared, right after they got off the phone with us, we got one of our department heads, they was up there by 2 o'clock, we sat down, let them know what our insurance shared with us. And then when they share, you always want to try to do the right thing as a village. There's liability and stuff that goes along with that, so we just got to be careful of what we do and what we say out there. And there is something out there called municipal immunity, I think, which is a revised code, I think municipality immunity, something to that effect, that they were sharing with us, and we can get into detail about that at a later time when these things aren't going on and somebody wants to know about it.
I also.
We don't have to go into detail and drag this out.
I also just wanted, because the last month has been a little difficult for me on memory stuff. There was talk of, and I don't remember if it was Brian or if it was you.
Sure.
Of where citizens would have the capability to know immediately,
The
hey,
water.
our water's
Yes.
running. Could you remind me?
This wasn't, yeah, but that wasn't the case here. This was on our side of the meter, so they wouldn't know that. That's something we are working on, through Neptune, right? It's a new system. Neptune came in.
Yeah, Neptune, that was it.
Yep, so there's a cost to that. We're working on that with Neptune. It's certainly something we would offer. But this would not have helped in that case because, it was a 12-inch main and it blew, he said it blew a hole right out the whole side. We lost like, I don't know, it was hundreds of thousands of gallons of water. Like it was huge. Like it blew, so, I mean, it wiped everything out. So it really set our water tanks down.
I just wanted to ask if when you start meeting and talking about the part that's for the citizens.
Yeah.
If you could find out, because this is something that, you know, sometimes people will be away for 2 days, and by the time they get back and see a notice on their door or whatever, so some people
Mr.
mentioned.
Schultz, so you're saying like now or in the future if we go
When
to the system?
if you get the system where a resident could be told, hey, your water's running.
Yes.
If it could be done in a way where they get a text message or a phone call, because sometimes you're out of town.
That's what it does.
Is that what it
Yeah,
does?
it does right, it goes right to your, however you set it up. If you want to notify, if you got a 1 gallon going through there, it will notify you.
Yeah.
Obviously, that would be, you're gonna get your phone blown up, so you'll set it up any way you want. And-
Yeah, there was a citizen that had lost like a lot of water, and they said this would be wonderful.
And what notifications you wanted on devices. So you're gonna have a lot of options, so we're gonna have to educate public on this, and we're gonna have to, we're a little bit of ways away from this, but we certainly want to roll this out. There was even suggesting that we propose to the body that in order to encourage people to, and this isn't a guarantee, this is something that Brian was kicking around because he wants people to sign up for this. To maybe give some sort of a 10% discount on their water or something for the month, if anybody that signs up the first month to learn about this. That's not a lock, I'm just saying, look for that potentially as almost to encourage people to sign up for this, because it's gonna be huge. And you get people like me, I'm not signing up for this stuff, I hate change, but it's best, even if it's in my best interest, so. But if I get 10% discount, I will sign up for it, and then I'll realize that.
Not change.
Does Brian know, does Brian have like an estimate where he thinks that this is how much we're just losing?
No, not at this point, we can run that, like, right there, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot that we lose out there, right? But I'll tell you what fixes that is new water lines, fixes all that, so, which we just did $4 million with water line project. Moving on, anything else? Moving on, finance and tech, any questions for Mr. Soltis? Moving on, finance and technology, Mr. Ingard.
I don't have nothing.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Ingard?
Yeah, I do. This is an idea, not a suggestion. Okay, that maybe if we could all visit this in our brains. Do you recommend we stay with the phones, or should we go back to the tablets?
Contract
Laptops.
for those phones, didn't we?
For the cell phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already taken Becky's.
Yeah.
She was more than willing.
It's on a monthly, like if nobody's using it, we should probably give them back, so we're not getting charged for them. Like, right, like I'm gonna give mine back,
I'll give mine back.
I don't like it, but the police department needs 3 of them,
They can have mine.
right? So if anybody doesn't want theirs,
Wow, you guys are
bring them,
balls.
return them. And I can tell you, your laptops was an absolute, I mean, from what I saw, it didn't quite go over well, did it?
No.
So let's get more creative. What does it have to do with finance? I'm sorry.
That's where we ran through before.
Technology, finance technology.
By the way, I will say, on
Thank
those laptops that were chosen last time, they were like the most
Basic.
weak
Right,
computers
so
you get,
that
so
was
it's-
bad
it wasn't
from the
worth
get-go.
it.
So we
Yeah.
tried phones, we tried laptops, we'll get together and try again in the future, I don't know. But if somebody doesn't want their phone, please bring them up, because there's no sense in us getting charged for it. But again, the police is gonna be issued 3 of them. Because right now, they're using their own personal phones to call up to the station for you know, if there's something that they don't want
Mine will be here
transmitted.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so please bring them up, and then if we don't, that way we can, and then any that we send back, or we can get them off and we're not paying for
Give
them.
them to me, I'll collect them, and then I'll go from there. I might get one of the ED specialists.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, Mr. Cook, but are you suggesting that we do something else?
No,
or-
I
Okay,
just asked the
perfect.
question.
The only thing I'd like to say is
Thank
that
you
if
for
you're
coming up.
going to, if some of you aren't gonna use your phones, at least use our numbers that are connected with our phones. Like, don't send text to my private phone. I don't want my phone open to being turned over to them if necessary. So, I'm sorry if I didn't say that.
No, you're okay, I'm just a little confused, I'm
If-
sorry.
No, if you guys are not using your phone, make sure you keep our numbers for our new phones, because.
Because you use your phone.
Right, if you contact me, I appreciate it.
Anybody that's using their village-issued phone still wants you to contact them through their village-issued phone.
Right.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
All right.
Paul, if it's not convenient for you to run it in, shoot me a text and I'll come out and get it, bring it in for you. So I know your days are busy.
Well, whoever gets that,
You guys are more than excited to get these phones back.
that's because whoever had that number owes a lot of people money. I am tired of it.
Oh, my
You can
I
block
had to
them.
turn mine
You
off.
can block them.
People are
Yeah, there's like all the time.
We're just getting rid of them, moving on. Anything else? Okay, moving on. Personnel policy and orders review, Mr. Richmond.
I have nothing today, but look for big things in May.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope, you're all right, go ahead.
No,
Please, miss.
are we done with it? Because I
Yeah.
just, public safety was left off again.
Oh, my gosh.
Insulting.
I don't know why.
Public does anybody have any questions for Mr. Richmond?
I'm sorry, I knew she didn't like Dean.
Okay, moving on, it's public safety.
Please change your
I just
answer.
fucking.
Any questions
You
for
can
Ms.
change your
Hubbard?
answer.
I just want to take a minute here.
That's why I say no report.
Mr. Francisco, it was approved for you to make that purchase, so you can reach out tomorrow. Is there a possible way that we can get Mr. Richmond's name put on that one, just like we did the one that we currently
I'm
have?
sure we can. We can get a,
Sticker or whatever to make sure that we.
Was it
remember
just
of him.
him, or was it other police, other
Fire.
fire?
Well, right now, that was Mr. Richmond, so that would be up to.
he was the latest one.
Yeah,
on
so
that.
that would be up to. Why do we have two, the question came up, why do we have two assistant chiefs?
We changed that. That got changed back when Mr. Julian was here, like 2012.
Okay.
Because just of the amount of personnel we had, like I explained to you in the thing, yeah, we changed that to 2 assistant chiefs, captain and 2 lieutenants.
Did I ask you about that?
Yeah, you asked me.
I'm
that
sorry,
meeting.
Mr. Richmond.
Yeah, we changed that back.
So I didn't drop the ball on that, I'm sorry.
Did you hit your head too?
Please forgive me,
No.
go ahead, please.
Yeah, so that was like 2012. Whether he brought it to council, I have no idea.
So that was something Mr. Julian did that was the mayor at the time.
Yeah.
Since he's here, by the way, I just want to let you know something that actually Bill's taken care of, but we didn't see in the records anywhere when we were at the ministerial meeting that if there is tornadoes coming, do we offer places to go in town? And I don't know if we have any, but what we're talking, we've got 3 churches now that have deep basements that and this is what we were suggesting. First, we want to make sure we get the what do you call them, lockbox?
Knox box.
Knox box. Get those on first so they're committed. And then, we'll ask the fire chief to take a look at the building if there's anything else we need. But then maybe it could be put on the water bill. If there are dangerous storms, these are the locations in town you can go to. The one Methodist church actually has a chair that takes you down. I was told that our food pantry, because it's all cement roof, everything, that's actually, but I gotta find out if that's legitimate. So hopefully the ministerial is gonna offer 3 or 4 places if there's terrible weather and someone's worried, like the trailer courts or something, where they can go.
Yep.
And then the food pantry can also kick in at that time to, if there's need for food and stuff. So we'll let you know, but since he's here, I wanted to mention that.
Perfect, thank you.
I do know, I talked to him on Sunday about it. The Good Shepherd Church over there, that is always open. Because even if it's not nobody there right away and one of the firemen gets there, we have a key to go open the side door because a lot of people come from the trailer park, and that's where they live.
Thank you. Anything else on that? So just so you know that they did approve you purchasing that rescue truck, that truck, and, so you can lock that in with whoever you gotta call tomorrow, and then
Yep.
get with Matt whenever you guys figure all that out, and then that's a done deal. Anything else for for Harper, Mr. Francisco?
Well, to repeat what I said when you got the ladder truck, really appreciate how you search for the deals.
Yeah, I'm looking, and me and Aaron talked yesterday, a brand new one like that is $430,000. I know we can't afford a brand new.
No, so it's a great project, it's gonna help us out, and Mr. Ingard spoke highly of how it's gonna be so beneficial. It's better than the food truck, or the red truck that we currently
The
have.
red truck is what we
Thank
call
you
it.
very much, all right,
Yeah.
so we're moving on, thank you very much. If there's nothing else, does anybody have any other questions for Mr. Francisco? Obviously, you're welcome to stay if you want, but,
Nope. I just come from a meeting to another meeting, I'm going home to eat now.
Yep, thank you very much,
Thank you, guys.
thanks for stopping in.
Yep, see ya.
Moving on to new legislation, ordinance, first reading for ordinance number 2025-09, ordinance amending chapter 505, animals and fowl of the codified ordinances of the village of North Baltimore, Wood County, Ohio.
I have some questions on this.
You sure can.
As we discussed before, I don't believe we should have in there that a person who provides food and water or shelter for a feral cat should be held responsible for owning that cat. I believe, I've given this some thought, I did check into, I just did a Google search to see if there was any catch and release programs. There are some out there now. Whether they would work with our village, I don't know. It's $30 to have them spayed. Some of the information in there I wasn't clear on because it said a person could bring 3 in it. I don't know if that's 3 per person, that's it, 3 per year, 3 just the first time they bring them in, and they can come in again with 3 more, I don't know. But there are programs out there, but I'm wondering if we shouldn't, this is our problem, and unfortunately it's our problem because we haven't addressed it for so many years, and we allowed it to get out of control.
Seems to be the
What if we, had, some funding to take care of this problem, and then we had the, had a catch and release program, because what they do, then they clip the ear of the cat, so that we know that it's been...
So who's gonna catch them?
Well, I don't know, maybe we
So
can...
we've given that some thought.
Okay,
right?
so I was gonna say, maybe we could
So
get
we've
a
got
committee.
dogs, we've got cats, we've got, but I'll tell you what Mr. Richmond and Ms. Beaupre brought up at the last meeting has really got me rethinking about the cats in the village of North Baltimore. They have run rampant, they're nuisance. I'm sorry, they are a nuisance to
Well, I
some
agree,
people.
100%
We gotta be careful how many we get rid of because they are actually very beneficial in their own certain ways by keeping other pests or nuisance down. So, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that we need to do something. We was talking about, if we get the right code enforcement on, we got dogs running rampant around the community, and we're getting some phone calls. Got quite a few of them today for some reason. Maybe our code enforcement officer could also act as somebody that might be able to help us in this area. I can't guarantee that. That's something we'll be looking at. We'd have to give them the proper equipment to catch maybe a dog, right, and some training and...
For these catch and release, you actually have to have an animal trap, a live trap.
So, there you
It
go.
has to be put, it has
That's
to be
what-
brought in on that.
But
But the thing is if we couldn't find a program to work with us, maybe we could create our own and go to a vet and see if they're willing to work with us. I'm just gonna
So
throw this out here.
what-
What if we had $3,000 set aside each year to deal with?
that's what I'm saying, so we gotta have somebody to catch them.
Right, no, I understand,
Yeah.
but what if, I'll bet we could go to the community and we could probably find some volunteers to do that, if they didn't have to pay for it out of their pocket. So these programs, they charge about $30 for a spay or neuter of a cat or dog. I don't know if it's a dog, it's a cat. That'd be 100 cats a year that we could spay and neuter, that we could catch and spay and neuter. And then the next year we do another 100. I'm just thinking we need to address the problem, not just punish those that want to feed these cats, that they're just doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And is feeding them really causing the problem? The problem existed because people booted them out of their homes, or, you know.
And I'll be honest,
reasons.
just to let you know,
Yeah.
there's a deeper problem. I had a large dog. I was just, the garage door open and I was gonna be leaving, and a large dog just comes out into the garage, intense. Now, I persuaded it didn't wanna be there.
Let's not.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say what I did, but I was attacked by a dog.
I wouldn't either.
So if a dog comes at me, it's gonna get hurt, so, but I'm 5'10". If one of the kids from the church are there that's 3 foot tall, I don't know what it would have done.
That's
So
exactly right.
I think, and this has happened several times, I've had a husky on our street follow me and try to come and get me from behind. And my concern, like when Henry was small, I was like, man, if that was Henry. So I think even deeper than the cats now is the dogs, because people need to know it's illegal to let your dog run in someone else's yard. You're not taking care of it.
And it's easier to find an owner of a dog than it is a cat. I don't know how we're gonna punish the people, and I'm not saying
I'm
we
not
should
looking
try.
to punish anybody.
Well,
We need to
if
fix
they're-
the problem.
Well, right.
And here's what we're saying, go ahead, Gils.
Well, no, when I say punish, meaning fine them for letting their cat run
But-
around.
but
The problem
Dee-
is you don't know whose it is.
Right, but Dee, it's going on other people's property and destroying their property.
understand
That's
that.
got to stop
I
regardless.
understand that.
You know, so for people that are so passionate about protecting these cats, then take care of them so that they're not affecting somebody else. Or if you're not willing to take care of them, like, right, somebody's got to. Because we can't only take the concern of the animal into effect. I don't represent that animal. I represent the citizen whose
That's what
car's
I'm
getting,
representing too.
I know,
And I have
whose car's
citizens
getting
that are
destroyed.
very unhappy that we're gonna be, you know, I haven't said anything to them yet, but if we could go ahead and leave this the way it is, I believe Palmbachers will be in here to talk to you about it.
That's
because-
fine.
And I know it is, but I'm just saying, those are the people I represent too.
I
and-
get it.
And I'm voicing their concerns.
Okay, and I agree, and I don't disagree at all. But if I'm creating something that is hurting my neighbor, somebody's gotta step in and do something about it, right? Because here's what the guy's gonna do that I've talked to. It's not good, right? So he's saying, you guys need to take care of it because I'm tired of my personal property being destroyed. Because of somebody feeding cats and then not taking care of those cats. So, I mean, feeding the cats and then just letting them run all over the neighborhood into other people's
So not
property.
feeding them is going to take care of.
I don't know what the answer is,
No,
Dee.
no, it's
No.
it's
That's what I'm saying.
multiple approaches,
It's-
it's
yes.
multifaceted, it's not one.
It's-
Because I think what we're gonna have is a whole lot of cats getting into garbage and trash and
Well,
stuff like that.
Dee, I couldn't agree with you more. We need to come up with an effective plan.
Right.
I don't think going out and shooting cats and hurting cats, I think you come up with a very good, have them spayed, have them neutered, whatever you have to do, and clip their ears so we don't have to do it again. I think that is wonderful. How we go about that, we gotta put something together, and we're not gonna accomplish that here tonight. It's something that we're gonna have to kick to a committee of the whole and continue the conversation.
Can the committee that, because I think
But I-
there's questions we don't have answers for. What's that committee under? What committee is that with? What would that fall under? What committee?
We're gonna get to
It could be policy, it could be
Yeah.
public
Yeah.
words, it could be anything in the public. You
We
can
ought
put it wherever you
to
want.
find out,
safety.
Public
what
safety.
others have, how they've accomplished
Shared
this.
development.
Because
Yeah.
why kill ourselves trying to figure out if a
We
community's
don't
already
have,
done
that's
it?
what I'm saying, we don't have to figure, we're not gonna figure it out tonight.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate what you
But-
say, and I agree with you.
Yeah, but-
I don't know that we agree on how to get there.
But
I'll
I'd
be doing
like-
more research, I'll be reaching
But-
out more,
What-
I'll be
which-
talking to yourself.
Which committee handles that? What committee handles?
Which one do you want to kick to?
I don't
It can
care,
fit in any one of
but I
them.
think this is something, this is a committee type project.
Personnel policy and ordinance review because it's personnel.
Okay,
It's
who's got
ordinance,
that now?
it's a policy that's gonna be created.
Dave, I think you ought to.
He voted
put that
no.
on the next
They'll be
committee.
reviewing it.
And I'll even help.
So there you go. Okay, we gotta, thank you.
I mean, on the dog side, is it still a viable option to get a hold of the dog warden, or is that?
So I
a thing of the past?
yep, and that's a great question. We just asked that today, and he works Monday through Friday. You cannot contact him at night, and very seldom, if it's not an aggressive dog and you call them, they're not coming to North Baltimore.
Our ordinance is
So
already.
it's pretty much ineffective. So from what I understand, we asked the question today, so.
Currently, our ordinance is already kind of, they're there, we don't need to change them really. And the police department is already giving fines out, a lot of warnings to first-time offenders, people get dogs again, this all the time, it happens. But they are, 10, 15, 20 maybe citations probably this summer, or this year even. not too many, but we will be incorporating them into any strategy going forward to address them.
And as far as the dogs go,
I did.
the worst dogs that I've seen in our area, it's always the Huskies. They will come up silently behind you and they'll go for you. I've seen it several times now, and I just go to the people that own them and say, you got to do something here. But they do. They hunt you down.
Guys, we are not going to resolve it tonight. So appreciate it. It's kicked over to committee. We'll continue the conversation. And moving on, Resolution 06-2025, resolution amending Resolution number 03-2025 to correct the tax years in Section 2 of the road levy resolution of necessity and declaring an emergency. We had to bump that back to 2005 rather than start in 2006. We got plenty of time for that. Am I correct in saying that, Matt? We don't need to pass that. Oh, we need to pass that as an emergency, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So, as for its first reading, I'll entertain a motion to suspend the second and third reading.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm losing my spot.
Open, ready, please.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Resolution 06-2025, a resolution, all
Is it an
right.
emergency?
Yeah, yes, I didn't need to read
I make a
that.
motion to
Declare an
declare
emergency.
emergency.
Second. Go ahead.
There's a motion to declare an emergency, there's a second. Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Thank you very much, we'll send that up there. Moving on, Resolution 07-2025, a resolution adopting revisions to Section 2 of the Personnel Policy and Procedure Manual to update policies on non-discrimination, the Americans with Disabilities Act harassment and complaint procedures. Moving on, second readings, ordinance 2025-08, an ordinance enacting a village-wide special assessment for the cost and expense of constructing, repairing, replacing, and maintaining sidewalks pursuant to ordinance 2025-01, establishing the total assessment amount and method of appointment and authorization certification of same to the Wood County Auditor.
I had a citizen come and ask a question about this.
Sure.
There are places where there's a set standard that is the standard for a sidewalk, and I didn't know where to go. That's why I wanted to ask you. But there are places where, some homes where there's no way you're going to put that kind of sidewalk in, so you just, like, they're not going to take up the yard because it's supposed to be, 5 feet wide or whatever. They're not going to lose their yard. Yeah, but in some of those places where it's kind of weird, like maybe there's a tree there, like they're not going to lose their tree because it's supposed to be 5 foot, but they only have 4 foot.
Oh, yeah, we're coming to down.
We got, didn't hear it. No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think that we would do something like that. I think we need to get creative, right? We need to put, so I think this thing's gonna kind of take care of itself, but we don't have no exact plan yet. Right now is the funding, knowing that, our first, I think, and you guys, I hope that you're all in agreement that we want to try to go out and hit where the safety issues are, guys, where the sidewalks are heaved up and if the tree's still there, that doesn't mean that we fix the sidewalk.
And by the way,
we need to.
This is not a tree that's like between the road and the sidewalk here. This was one that's been there a long time, and I didn't know an answer.
So we may not have all the answers. We may get creative. We may have to figure it out. We may have to do certain things. I don't know. I can't answer that without knowing what we're talking about, or until we put a plan together. We may not address that till further on down the line.
Okay.
But right now, I think once we get started with the safety issues is what I think what we want to kind of tackle. Where trees have already been removed. So then we got to get, that's where I think we want to go. And you guys help me, jump in and help at any time you want with, anything we do is going to come before you guys anyhow with any plan. Moving on to third readings, if there's no other question. Moving on to third reading. Ordinance 2025-06, an ordinance amending charges for village emergency medical squad services and repealing all other ordinances inconsistent with the provisions of this ordinance. I'll entertain a motion to adopt, please.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Mr. Cook, Mr. Engard, vote when ready, please.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
The ordinance will take effect in 30 days. I will make sure I talk to Great Lakes.
Passes,
about that.
yeah, it is, you're right, I'm sorry, you have 30 days. Thank you. Moving on, ordinance 2025-07, okay, ordinance 2025-07, this is the one that we was addressed on tonight. An ordinance replacing section 909-13 of the codified ordinances of the Village of North Baltimore, Wood County, Ohio, to prohibit new tree plantings in the boulevard, tree lawn, and establish minimum setback distances from streets and alleys. Streets and alleys. How would we like to proceed? A motion to adopt or table is what I would, or
I
more
would make a
discussion?
motion to table it until our next meeting.
I'll second that.
You want it tabled? There's a motion on the floor to table. There is a second. So our options here are to, we're gonna vote on it, so if it dies, then we're gonna move on. If this motion passes, it will be tabled.
May I know, may I know the
Is
logic?
there any discussion?
Yeah.
There's a motion, second, is there discussion?
I'm not personally not sure why we want to table it, so I'd like to know, because of maybe something I need to know.
My concern is the same concern that I've heard over and over, which I get.
Sure.
Everybody can come up here and get the information themselves, is that the community doesn't really know what's going on. That gives us just like, until the next meeting, that's like 30 days, to get out there and let them know this is going on and see if anybody else has a lot of.
So respect for getting it out. Guys, I just want to let you know, I get people telling me they want the trees out of their boulevards. I've had more people tell me they want the trees out of their boulevards. Do not plant trees in the boulevard anymore. Than I do than people that want the trees in the boulevard.
So here's where
Just so you know, I
here's
just
where
want you
I'm
guys
at
to know.
with it,
Yep.
and why I agree with Paul.
Sure.
I too feel that the public should have the opportunity to be informed and to come in here and to speak their piece. Now, I am absolutely for no longer planting trees in the boulevards, right? But one thing you don't want to do is kind of try to sneak it past. And I'm not saying we're sneaking it past.
This is the third reading.
I understand that.
Okay.
But we're going to give them every opportunity to speak their piece.
And I appreciate, yep.
And for us to table this and give them 30 more days.
Sure.
To allow them to say what they gotta say.
Yep.
And to make their case. And then at the next meeting, we pass it. And then anybody has a problem with it, we can say that we gave every opportunity.
And I appreciate that. So, but think about this, and I respect that. Think about this, guy. There's a reason why we have 3 readings on everything. It's for the very reason what you just, and if they choose not to come to the meetings, what are we supposed to do? Because do we want to move everything to 4 readings?
No.
And then say, well, they didn't have a chance in 4 readings? I mean, where does it stop, to be honest with you? I mean, they've had 3 readings. If they don't want to, I don't know what else we can do, guys. I mean, move it to 4 readings for every ordinance. And then we say, well, in 4 readings, they didn't have a chance. Okay, move it to 5 readings. It's up to you guys. So there's a motion on the floor. Is there any other discussion on it? And there's a
The thing
second.
you gotta understand too is, sometimes we have to make some unpopular decisions, but we're making them based on our infrastructure and the damage it does.
I totally
Now,
agree.
we heard from the lady that's gonna come in, that wants to come in. Isn't she the one that wants to come?
Stephanie Miller.
Yeah, we heard from her tonight. She had a long, lengthy letter that he read to us. Is she really gonna say anything else that's gonna convince us not to protect our infrastructure? And I agree, we've had 3 readings and it has been posted. They know where to go get the information. If they haven't or they haven't come to attend the meeting, then we can't belabor our decisions every time. That's just the way I'm looking at it. I feel we should vote on it tonight.
But we are going to vote on it. I mean, we're voting to
And I'll be
table
honest.
it, and it's up to.
He's an active citizen, and I appreciate he comes in for stuff, but I
Sure.
also didn't hear him respond to the infrastructure at all, the damage going to property. So
He did answer that to me, Mike, and that's what I asked him. Why do you not want it on your property? He said, because he told me that in here, and he knows it, and I addressed him on that tonight. He said, because it will destroy my foundation. I said, but you're destroying our curb, and he said, it's the aesthetics that he wants to hold on to. I said, but the damage it's done. That's what he shared with me tonight.
And
And I have a lot of
something that has
respect.
just stuck in my mind from the last meeting
Sure.
And when you were talking about what could be put, and they could have this, and they could have that, and they could have this, and you had said that they could have a lilac bush.
No, they can have more than that.
No, I'm just saying,
Oh,
just
yep,
let's
yep.
go with lilac bush, okay?
Are you
So-
saying that I said that, or are you
Yeah.
saying that's, yeah?
Yeah,
so
that was
there's-
an option for the
yeah,
homeowner.
There's
They could
shrubs.
have a lilac
Yes,
bush,
ma'am,
okay.
yes.
So, I personally, I need to contact somebody, because why can't that lilac bush be placed in the ballpark?
Those look pretty
They
dark.
get
They
big.
are
Oh, they get
aggressive.
big, I mean, they're gonna grow out into
Yeah.
the,
Right.
into the,
They're
out
aggressive.
into the road.
Like, I don't think that there's not something that possibly could be put there.
Guys, anything we put in there is gonna, their roots are gonna get into our infrastructure, period. I mean, and now we're, and I just wanna share with you, I'm sharing with you, there's more people
Oh, I had three cut down.
there's more people that come to me and tell me, as a matter of fact, I got a call, you know, the lady that I shared with you that was doing damage to her house, the lady that just, we had to go down and talk to her, that fell or her car, the gentleman on Water Street, the lady that called me, upset that there's a small little tree. Our guys went down there and cut it down. She sent me, thank you for your commitment in following up on what you said. I'm so glad that's up. That tree, me and my son went down there and trimmed it so she could mow. She called me upset. I said, well, I'll be down today and I'll trim it for you. I trimmed it so that they could mow. And she said, I want it out of my ballpark. So I'll talk to her.
Yeah, like
I
I've
will-
had
so,
three
I-
really trees cut down in front of my house.
Yeah.
I have had my homeowner insurance raised because of the claims from the tree.
Yes.
Like, I get it.
Yeah, I know you do, Ms. Beaupre. I don't want people to believe that. So here's what I think. I think the false narrative that I think could potentially get out there is, hey, we're removing trees, but we're not replanting trees.
That's
That
what I
is the
would-
problem.
Yeah.
That's what I would have
Guys,
mentioned.
when
They don't
people-
realize that we
We're
can't put
gonna-
a tree on their property.
Yeah, if you want a tree on your property, we will put it there. If you don't want a tree on your property, we're gonna put it somewhere else. We value the trees, right? We value them. That's why we're replanting 20 of them this year, guys. So there's just a
Is it possible to inform the community that, look, we understand if the vote goes through tonight, that we're taking the trees and that, but we want to correct some misinformation to the town that
At this
we
point,
can't.
there's no misinformation at this point.
Oh, I think a lot of citizens think
Misunderstanding.
they think you're tearing the tree out and we can't get another one. I think that's out there. I think we need to maybe inform.
That's, the policy,
I understand the policy, but you know people aren't gonna read all of that. I think we ought to put out something that says, look, if we take a tree out of the official section,
it says it
that
in
we.
the code. The code says that, Mike.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
sorry, but what do you want us to?
What I want you to do is, from the office, send out something to the community with the water bill and say, if we take your tree, we can put one in your yard. If not, we're gonna put it in the park. That's all I'm saying, so it just levels some things, because I deal with a lot of older folks, and sometimes.
We'll take care of it. Yep, you'll take care of it. Yep.
That's all I'm asking, just come up with something.
Very simple.
Do you, I mean, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about this. Do you guys want us to do that with every code that we have in our book? Do you want us to do that with every code?
This code I
Right.
do, I personally do.
Because it's on the website, just so you know.
Yeah, but.
It's on the website. Yes, we will reach out.
I'm just saying, I
like
have.
your point.
I have
We'll-
more folks that are confused.
Mr. Bender said he would send it out. So there's a motion on the floor and there's a second, right? To table this. Vote, any other discussion? This is to table. Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Soltis?
No.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yeah.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
No.
Ms. Hefner?
No.
Mr. Engard?
No.
I hate seeing us divided. This just kills me. Okay. So then there needs to be another motion to, it's been read. We have to proceed with it. It's not been tabled. There needs to be a motion to adopt it.
I make a motion to adopt.
There's a motion on the floor to adopt ordinance 2025-07.
Second.
By Mr. Engard, second by Mr. Cook. Is there any other discussion on this matter? I hate seeing this. Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Beaupre?
No.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes. Thank you very much. And Ms. Beaupre, I really respect your position on this and wanting to get the information out with everybody. We're gonna put something in with the, with the bills, and hopefully we can get the information out. But we are going to plant every tree or a shrub in replacement of every tree that we take out. It'd be every tree unless a homeowner wants a shrub, a decorative shrub on their property.
Yeah,
Moving on.
And Aaron, all I'm saying is that I think there are people confused that they can get a tree in their yard, and then if they don't want one, we will plant it in the park, because Bill and I
get
deal a
it.
lot with older folks,
Yep, I get it.
and they were confused, and that's all I'm
And I get
bringing
it,
up.
and I appreciate that.
I like your infrastructure issue, that's great. I just think that's not clear.
He'll take care of it.
The mayor and I will work on a replacement tree program, notification, along with adopted tree, we're kind of redoing that also, all in one letter.
And we are working on the memorial. We were talking today about getting the plaque, as I think was supposed to go up
Yes.
out there with the name. We're gonna need some help with maybe, we can't find the list of people that has given to Memorial Grove, so.
Oh.
So that's gonna be a problem, so we're gonna continue to work on that, but we wanna get their names up there, and so I just wanna share it with you, it's something we will work on. We wanna get these, trees are very important to us in this village.
Paula, what's that? You were saying that? People can't find it?
No, we looked on it today, we haven't found it yet. We're gonna continue to work on it, is what I'm saying, to find that list. Once we find that
I
list.
thought it was out there.
Let's move on to, that was all the ordinances. I am gonna call for an executive session, but do we wanna pay the bills before I ask for an executive session?
Motion to pay the bills at the, what's the number?
203460.37.
What she said.
$203,460.37. There's a motion, is there a second? Is there any discussion on the bills? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yep.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Ms. Beauregard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask for an executive session. Josh, you can be excused. Matt, you can be excused if you would like. There will be, I'm gonna be asking for action after this. It's gonna be real quick. Mr. Dennis, we won't need you unless you want to stick around, but we won't. It's a personnel issue that's not, it's of a good nature, I think,
So
so.
we'll turn off the camera.
Take your time. Take a couple minutes.
You want me to come back after?
No. motion.
Okay, it's on.
I make a motion, we go back into executive session, or we go back into regular session.
No,
we're in executive session.
Oh, they don't, the rest don't have to be in here?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I make a motion that we go into executive session.
I second that.
Vote, any discussion, vote when ready, please.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yep.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes, okay, thank you. That was so ugly. What was that? I just want to let everybody know I'm going back to work on April 14th, so I am going to be not as available, but I will be available if anybody needs me. With that being said, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion that on the 14th, Josh Bender's probationary period ends, and that he's given a $750 bonus, and he's
Full pay.
Full pay.
Give benefits that was
I
negotiated.
second that motion.
There's a motion and there's a second. Is there any other discussion? The only discussion I want to say is, Josh, you have done a fantastic job for this village, and I appreciate everything that you've done, the energy and the commitment that you've given. And on behalf of all of us, we really appreciate everything you have done for us. Thank you so much for working and being committed as you are. The one thing I do want to say on record, your family is always the most important. So believe me when I tell you, if you need time, don't compromise your home life for this. We will make do. I promise you. And we want you here as long as you're willing to be here. Don't compromise that family. We will work together to get you the time that you need. We appreciate everything you've done for this village, so thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
You're welcome. Any other discussion? Vote when ready, please.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Beaupre?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
True pleasure working with you, Josh.
Drama. You're full of drama.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn if you guys are in agreement. Please, please.
Make that motion.
Oh, where's your big no now?
There's a motion,
second that.
and a second. Vote when ready, please.
Ms. Hefner?
Yes.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Soltis?
Yes.
Ms. Boeckrey?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.
Windy one today, so don't-
I gotta make